What's up? Welcome back to the Section 10 Podcast, episode 569, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 62-51 second place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you do it?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building.
In the mother fucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jake. The Boston Red Sox have swept the first place Houston Astros. In the meantime, the New York Yankees have been swept by the Miami Marlins. Let's do some quick math here, T. What's 2 plus 2? It means that the Yankees have been passed by the Boston Red Sox. One more time, Jake, one more time. It means that the Boston Red Sox have taken over as the top wild card team in the American League, and not only that, what does that mean? They have hopped into sole possession of second place, and as we just hit the button, the record button, you know what we just saw? The Toronto Blue Jays have also lost, which means, T, how many, one more time, Jake, one more time. How many games back of first place are the Red Sox, T? 3 games back of first. 3 fucking games back of first. The Red Sox won today. They swept the Astros. You know what I texted Alex Cora? I said, what? I want the division. I said, I want the division, Alex Cora. My man. Okay, cool. Top wild card team. That's fantastic. Yeah. You know who wins the wild card? You know who wins the wild card, T? One more time, Jake. One more time. You know who wins the wild card, T? Who? Fucking losers. Losers win the wild card. No, don't make that face, T. You gotta buy in. T, you gotta buy in. You gotta buy in. No, you gotta buy in.
I don't want to disrespect past teams.
You gotta buy in, T. You gotta buy in that the Red Sox are gonna win the American League East in 2025. You've gotta buy in. You've got to buy into the idea that the Boston Red Sox went down. One more time, Jake. What? Just one more time. You've got to buy into the idea that the Red Sox said, hey, we need a number 2 starter. How are we going to compete without a number 2 starter? And then Lucas Giolito said, hello, I'm Lucas Giolito. Don't you fucking make that face, T. Don't you make that face, because Lucas Giolito went 8 innings, 1 earned run in a sweep of the Houston Astros today. He looks fantastic. And you know what? Jake? One more time. And by the way, we're going to see another guy who is auditioning for that number 2 behind Garrett Crochet in the rotation, T, aren't we? We're going to see him pitch tomorrow night. We're all going to be there at Fenway Park. It's Brian Bayo, okay? You want to talk about the Sox in October? You want to say, oh, they didn't do enough at the trade deadline? You're probably right, but does that mean that they can't win this division? Does that mean they can't win this division? 2025, you know what, Jake? Fine, fuck it, one more time. 2025 American League East Division champion Boston Red Sox. That is the fucking goal. I don't want to hear about the wild card. You know what I want to hear about? I want to hear about the ketchup guppies. I want to hear them. I want to hear them flowing. I want to see people being like, hey, Steve, I know you said that there was going to be no rain today, but Jake, all right, I'm sorry about this. One more time. I want to hear people say, it looks like there's something flowing down the street. Steve told me it wasn't going to rain today. What's flowing down the street? What is it? It's the fucking ketchup guppies! And they're flowing down the street! The people said they couldn't sweep the Astros. We're happy with 2 out of 3. Are we? No, we're gonna fucking sweep the ketchup guppies. They're gonna sweep them, is what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. And they did, successfully. And where I want to start, before we get into anything else, is when we started the second half of the season. People said, oh, but it's 9 games and it's all against first place teams and it's the Cubs and then it's the Phillies and then it's the Dodgers. What did I say, T? I said, let's break it up. It's not 9 games. It's 6 games. You look shitty in those 6 games. But I said, when the Sox get back to Fenway, let's not look at it as a 9-game stretch coming out of the break. Let's look at it as 6 games on the road, which they sucked. Then let's go back to Fenway and see what fucking happens. And what happened, T? What happened?
They handle business at Fenway Park. That's what this Boston Red Sox team does. 21-5 in their last 26 games at home. You do not want to come to fucking Fenway Park.
What's the record, T? What's the fucking record?
For the whole year at home?
No.
37-21.
What did you just say, T?
37-21 at home.
Oh, T, you had it. You had it right there.
It's right there. It's right there for you, T. I'm sorry, man.
You won since 21? What are you looking for here, Jerry?
Since they won it all 7 years ago, I'll look it up.
This dude, I mean, he throws out a stat of the Red Sox recent performances at home, and I'm like, let him hear it again, T. And he's like, since 2017, the Red Sox at home are 6 games above 500.
This century, crazy. Jared, is that what you want? This millennium?
Yeah,
I got you.
That was something, man. That was something. God bless you, T. God bless you.
I didn't know if you wanted me to repeat or you wanted the year record.
Yep. No, definitely.
See, what's the home record since they got Pedro? Can you look that up?
Yeah.
Like, that's
yeah, what is that? Yeah, I feel like because anyone can just look at the standings and see what their home record is, but you throw out a nice little statistic there, T. Why don't you try again?
21-5 at home over their last 26
Beautiful.
games.
That's what we like to hear. And Alex Cora's been talking about this pretty much since 2018, like after 2018, because he would refer back to 2018 and say, you know what? We made Fenway Park a very difficult place to play. 1 second, Steve. We made Fenway Park a very difficult place to play, and that was at the time, there was only 25 men on the roster. That was our 26th man, was Fenway Park being a very hostile place to play. No one wanted to come here. Sure, it helped that the Red Sox were world beaters playing 700 ball, but having Fenway Park be such a hostile environment with the fan base, saw it again in 21, what a difference that can make. So he's been preaching, let's make Fenway uncomfortable again. And lo and behold, Wally has a gun. So I think we're looking at a situation now where the Red Sox are having. I would like to look at the winning percentages of all teams at home this year, and how does it compare? Like where do the Red Sox rank in terms of home winning percentage? They have to be what, a top 3 team in baseball?
Got to be up there, yeah. I know a lot of people are going to be asking, since they got Pedro Martinez, the Red Sox are 1,259 and 935 at home. So
what's that winning percentage?
It's good. Confirmed, really good. So I know a lot of people are going to be asking that. So yeah, I am very curious.
The winning percentage? You don't know the percentage?
What, 1259 and 935? I can get it for you.
Yeah, get me the winning percentage, dude.
Do it off the top of your head, Steve.
I'm going to do it off the top of my head.
I'm going to go
just do some 58%. Quick math.
Oh, God, I'm
well, Steve's doing that. You know what? I got to talk about the Underdog Fantasy app. That's what I got to do. The Underdog Fantasy app. MLB season. We're almost at the end here. Playoffs are right around the corner. We're talking playoffs. We're talking wild card. We're talking division. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports, especially when you take my picks, because they are the best. Even when they don't hit, which is not very often, they still come close.
574.
That's pretty good, Steve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good.
I kind of smoked that off the top of my head.
What did you say?
What did you say, Coley?
I said 58.
Yeah, he basically gets it. Coley
gets it. Yeah, so you don't, if you round up, you're fucking wrong. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That is Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Before we get into anything here, we're trying to keep the vibes high. I remember the last time the Red Sox did something spectacular and people were like, they didn't shake enough ass. Let's keep the vibes high. Jake, how are we feeling after another Sox sweep?
Yeah, I mean, they're calling Fenway Park the epicenter of sweeps. Really, if anyone needs a sweep, I said in my video earlier, you just head on down to Fenway, 4 Jersey Street, can't miss it. Yeah, you
what does it look like, Jake?
Big green, got a whole big wall and left.
Okay.
Yeah, you should see it, but yeah, you just really don't want to come to Fenway Park right now. It's awesome.
No. Well, actually, I do, and we do, because we'll be there tomorrow or today. If you're listening to this on Monday. T, are you coming to this?
I don't even know what this is.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea.
Do you want to come? Like, I feel like, were you not asked?
No, I don't even know what you guys are doing. I know it's something, or I don't want to spoil it. I shouldn't. Say
I don't think it's like a big thing. Like, I mean, it's a big thing, but it's not like I don't think it's like a surprise, right?
It's something with Eric Hosmer, correct?
Oh, you ruined the surprise.
Come on.
The one thing you couldn't say there, he's like, I'm going to say it.
Oh, man, you ruined the surprise, man.
Oh, yeah. Red Sox legend Eric Hosmer.
Yeah?
How are we going to get by?
Are you insulting him right now?
Now we're just roasting the guy that we're going to the game with? That's an interesting
I will
one.
say.
What are you doing?
Should I keep talking about him or should I stop since I've already spoiled it?
Are you about to like slander him or what?
No. There wasn't a long Eric Hosmer era in Boston, but when I thought he went deep in that first game against the Royals, that felt like a moment. It felt like something was about to happen. Nothing happened after that, but for a second, I felt something.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't even remember that. But,
I do. That was a good swing. Warning track, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it didn't. I thought you said it was a home run. It didn't go.
No, the almost.
No, he said he thought it was going to be a home run.
Yeah, no, I did
he
too.
Posed. It
So
felt that way.
his defining moment was a game where he almost hit a home run.
Yeah, that's when he flew out to the warning track.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that home run that almost went over the wall.
Vibes are high.
One of the
Vibes
best
are
outs you're gonna see.
the vibes are, yeah. Let's not divert, T.
Oh.
I have the winning percentage where it ranks this year for the Red Sox at home. It's the sixth best in baseball. Mets, Blue Jays,
I want it to be
Cubs,
higher.
San Diego, and Milwaukee.
I think it's fifth.
Say that again.
Oh, so in the AL, it was one in the AL?
Second.
Who are they behind, T?
I got the Mets, the Blue Jays, the Cubs, the Padres,
Blue
the
Jays.
Brewers, and then Boston.
So in America, in the AL, number one.
I think they're better than the Cubs. I think they're fifth.
I got the Cubs third on the list I'm looking at.
I don't have them
we need
third.
to. How the fuck? Like, this is not like an opinion.
Jared, use my list because it's
you know?
a better one. They're fifth. Fifth best home record.
Cook, please take it.
What about
Use mine. They are number one in America in
American
the
League,
American League.
team? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Number one.
Yeah, true.
the Red Sox. The Red Sox have the number one home winning percentage out of all American League American teams.
Mm-hmm. The best ALA home record.
Yeah, the best AAL team.
Number one.
Number one
number
AAL
one
team.
ALA team.
Mm-hmm. Ow.
Indisputable.
Yeah. I was going to say something, but it was going to be mean, and we're doing high vibes today. No mean shit.
Telling
today.
me, brother.
Yeah, no mean shit. That means UT, no bullying me, all right?
Me?
Yep.
I'm sorry. I know last episode I was a little out of character with some of the mean words I had.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will always love T saying me when you're addressed
Clearly
by name.
you.
It's
Yeah.
100%. Like Coley doesn't have a T in there. I have a T in my name, but I'm obviously not T. Like you're T.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. So we're kind of on a time constraint today. I think Steve said he just didn't want to do the podcast.
Oh,
Is this not what you
Mhm.
want me to say? Oh, Jake, cut that. I didn't know Steve didn't want me to say that.
Please bleep that. Yeah. That's not out yet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm here. I might do the.
This has
I'll
nothing
probably
to
the
do with
rest
you. You're not the reason why we have a time constraint.
No.
Okay.
I'm the reason why it's early.
Mhm.
But I'll fucking do this podcast for 5 hours if you want. Me and T will
100%.
cook. You got shit
Yeah.
to do, T?
I do have a 7 p.m. hard out.
Okay.
Listen,
All right,
I have
yeah.
to pick up
That's
my
fine.
little sister. She backed into the garage wall. at
What
our
is up
house.
with you,
What's up?
Millikins?
I'm
This is-
calling the registry. I'm having your whole family's
Oh my
licenses
God.
suspended.
Yeah.
She'll have her car back in a couple days. Nothing massive,
She
no
will not.
serious damage.
I will make
Do
sure.
you guys have a normal week? Is there ever one week? It's like the Millikins
Yeah.
didn't do anything crazy. Just
Yeah.
one week.
Something didn't flip.
We've been on a run for quite some time.
Yeah, like you guys
But I
are
have to pick her
either
up.
you're always in a life endangered situation. And like you're either causing it, contributing it to it, or like you're doing it to each other.
You know, when it's like holiday season, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, you have the whole family there. You'd be like, remember when that happened? It's always from like 20 years ago. You guys have remember when that happens from
last
yesterday.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always super recent. I can't believe it, T. I really can't.
What's up with
I'm just
that,
happy
dude?
she's okay. I'm happy she
No,
made
same,
it.
but like, what?
She's never been
I'm
in a
happy
real
she's
car
okay
accident.
too, but like you guys don't do any favors for yourselves.
Right.
We like to make life hard.
Yeah,
Clearly.
like you don't. All right, put it this way, T. You don't belong in a kayak ever again. Agreed?
Many people would agree to that, yes.
Do you agree?
I kind of like being out on the kayak.
That's great. Yeah. So like you, that's why I don't feel bad for you when bad shit happens. Like you enjoy it.
I conquer shit. I didn't drown. I survived.
As a grown ass man had to carry you out of the water. You would describe that as a situation you conquered.
Everybody needs a little help sometimes. There's nothing wrong with putting your hand out and accepting
I'm crushing this. This guy's got him by the legs, dragging him out of the water.
I was doing nothing. He was doing 95% of it.
That's wild, T. That's wild. All right,
Thank you, Dan.
Let's talk about this Astros series. So, good news. Great news, in fact.
They won all of the games.
They won all the games. That's number one. And the even better news, Steve, the unbanning reverse jinx of Bon Jovi worked again. Predicting that the Red Sox get swept and unbanning Bon Jovi worked again in the second half. We thought it was just isolated to the first half. We ran it back in this Astros series, and lo and behold, perfection. It worked. It worked. The Red Sox swept them. First place.
Found out that Duran's still alive thing is about Bon Jovi. He's still alive, still with us.
Yeah.
For now.
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
Well, because T already pronounced him dead and mourned his loss. So I feel like if you think that someone's dead and you mourn their loss, it's kind of like if they didn't die and then they actually die, you're like, oh, I wasted the good mourning on the fake death, you know?
I've already said goodbye.
Yeah,
Put that one on the board.
Yeah. All right, so I can't remember do you guys remember what your predictions were for the series? I know Jake went sweep. I went they get swept. 2 out of 3 for everyone else.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
I went 1 and 2.
Ooh, okay. Dumbass.
I had them
Steve,
losing.
what did you say?
Yeah, 2 out of 3. Coley and I had 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it crazy for me to say that I would have been ecstatic? I still think that we would have been pretty pumped. 2 out of 3, even if it was win the first 2, lose on Sunday, pod day. Is today Sunday?
Yeah.
It is Sunday. Yeah.
You had Cooper, Criswell, and Walker Buehler pitch in the first 2 games. Yeah, I was fucking on cloud 9.
With Hunter Brown and Framber Valdez on the other side.
And by the way, Criswell, justice for Cooper Criswell. I know that you're gonna loop him into how unpredictable that was that Cooper Criswell dominated. Every time they call on this guy, he's just like, oh, you need a fucking unbelievable start? I got you. And then they're like, all right, thanks for that. Back to Worcester you go, dickhead. It's crazy.
If they've gone and fucked other starters to purposely make it so he wouldn't start. Richard Fitz is coming up and having to start a day early so we can start Dobbins instead of getting Cooper Criswell in there and making it all make sense. And then they throw him in the bullpen. He sucks in the bullpen, but if you let him start the game, he gets it done. He does. 3.59 ERA as a starter last year. It was 7.53 as a reliever. This year it's 5.06 as a reliever. Let him start when he needs to.
T, are you joining me? I want to be the voices of the voiceless for Cooper Criswell because I'm seeing the same numbers that you are, and I'm watching the same outings that everyone else is, and I'm asking the question: what more does the guy have to do to not just I'm not saying that? All right, yeah, if the playoffs started tomorrow, he's your game 3 starter. No, but hasn't he done enough to at least earn another start in the rotation? Hasn't he earned enough to where when you do call him up to make a start that he's not immediately the guy that you send back down to help out the bullpen in terms of roster spots? I don't get it.
I think they would love him to be able to be kind of the long man out of the bullpen, play the Chase Anderson, Sean Newcomb role. When he's been out there and he's tried to do it, it hasn't been good. But yeah, I think anytime you need a spot start, he's shown that he can step up and be that guy.
7 innings, 1 earned run. It was a home run. It was 1 swing, the 1 earned run. And you look at that and you say, mop up guy. That's my mop up guy right there.
Especially when he did show up last year and he was a serviceable starter. You go out and you have a 3.5 ERA as a starter. I don't know what you want more out of the guy you kind of call on when shit hits the fan. But the fact that you've done so much to avoid him making a spot start up until this point, you should feel okay if he needs to come up for a day so Lucas Giolito can get a breather or Garrett Crochet moving forward. Don't run from it. And yes, Walker Buehler's still starting here. So if he continues to be as shitty as he was in this second game, then Cooper Criswell should get more opportunities as well.
Coley.
Most of the conversations he has in real life are with radio people, so he talks like he's always on the radio. And I get what we're doing is basically a radio show, but like the hand motions, the cadence, the way he's getting his points out is very, very funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have on this series, Jared.
No, I fully agree.
All right.
By the way, I'm going to give T a shout out, and I know people always think that means I'm going to say something bad.
Fuck out, Steve.
I'm giving T a real shout out. T, you cooked. That clip that Garrett put out there, T was on a roll. Everything he was saying was just boom, 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 boom. It was like a freestyle. You didn't see that?
Thank you.
No.
His deadline clip, I thought that was one of the clips of the year, T. I thought you nailed every point. I was nodding my head the whole time. I'm like, yep, he's cooking right now. Yeah, play it. I mean, it's about the deadline, so it's not really, about the series.
I'm going to say, exclude
we haven't
the
done
Yankees
a fucking show since
there.
the deadline.
No, that's true. But I'm saying, like, keep the vibes up. It's kind of negative, but I thought it was good.
My number one takeaway from this series is it makes me angrier about the deadline because it shows like how good they are and that they were worth over investing in.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I just wasn't even that like pissed after the deadline happened. Like I was upset, but by the end of the night, I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like this team's good. They're a playoff team. Should they have gotten more guys? Sure. Like I feel like Merrill Kelly and Steven Matz would have been totally fine if that's who he ended up with, but they're obviously good enough to represent the American League. I don't know if we needed this series to know that. It probably makes a lot of people feel different that you just beat the Astros 3 games in a row. I mean, the Astros are like a 500 team over the last month and a half, or maybe a little over a month, but
I mean, they just got curb stomped by the A's.
No, I know. So it's not like this is,
but that's the whole AL. It's up and down for all these teams.
For sure. No doubt. But that's also the point, though. Like, that's also the point.
That's why I agree with you.
And the things we've heard, both publicly and privately, are cause for larger concern, not with the players on the team, which thank God, because I think Cora hit on it after the game. He was like, the trade deadline was looming over players' heads. And it's not like they were playing poorly either coming into the deadline, but he was like, it's looming over their heads. Once it passes and you're good, I think even a guy like Abe Toro, who had a little bit of a pop in this series, was playing some nice defense out there. Like that's a guy who definitely thought he was losing his job pretty quickly. And now it's like, well, Christian Campbell also maybe broke his hand. So we'll see. It may be Abe Toro for the rest of the year, and he's going to feel thrilled about that.
What the fuck?
And that's part of the...
What did I miss with Christian Campbell?
He got hit on the hand, and then later in the game, they had to take him out of the game because he couldn't hold the ball.
Today?
Good things you love to hear. No, yesterday.
How the fuck did I miss that? I guess I was at the game. I'm not as locked into.
You were at the game.
Yeah.
Did extend his hitting streak to 13 games before that.
He's been tearing the cover off the ball.
But I think where people get mad is when you are looking at the boxes you check off here and with the trade deadline. Craig Breslow was also clearly very disappointed when he did the post-trade deadline conversation. That tells you what it is. There was a reason why they were pushing so hard for Joe Ryan or Sandy. And the way to look at it, in my opinion, is you look at the teams around you, especially the ones like the Rangers, the Mariners, obviously the Yankees are scuffling, but even the Blue Jays getting a Shane Bieber. It felt like all these teams did, more than you to improve. And yet you look at the packages and what it would have cost some of these guys. It's nothing crazy. Eugenio Suarez, 14, 25, a guy outside the top 30. They also got Josh Naylor for 13 and 19 in their system. Charlie Morton going for a guy outside the top 30. Yet you trade your number 10 guy and your number 30 guy for Dustin May, someone who's been significantly worse since May 1st. That's where you're going to get frustrated. It feels like you had tunnel vision and you missed out on some of the other deals that could have made you a better
I don't
team.
want to hammer the deadline yet. Let's
okay.
Don't kill the vibes.
We'll keep it positive.
Yeah, don't kill the vibes yet, T. I know you will in time, but let's wait.
I'm going to say something real quick to get the vibes back up, Terry.
Yeah, what's that? You want to drink a Blue Moon?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that. Like, you just looked thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't want to be presumptuous, but yeah, I just came from a barbecue right before we did the podcast, and kid I grew up with all through high school, very close, and I saw his dad is top 3 scariest people of all time, and
who's in there with him?
Brock Lesnar and probably Uguth Urbina.
Okay,
definitely,
yeah.
Who was the meat in T? What
Alfredo Aceves.
He wasn't scary. He was just weird.
I felt like he was going to kill me when I was a kid.
Was it Toy Story 4 Lotso? I was scared of him. I didn't like him.
3.
I didn't
3,
get
okay.
4.
TS3. Okay.
Yeah.
3, brother.
Yeah, I didn't get the 3 either.
TS3 might be the best one. But anyway.
I think it's up there with The Godfather when you just talk cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say that.
Anyways, I haven't seen this man since high school, but I always refer to him as the top 3 scariest people alive. And he said, I have to admit, I was wrong. He basically said, like, I thought you were going to grow up to be a piece of shit. But he's like, you're doing really well for yourself. I'm proud of you. He's like, you really made something of yourself. But he's like, there was a moment there where I thought, no way. It's not happening. Like, he basically thought like I was going to be a criminal because when we were in high school, his wife, my friend's mom, she's a real estate agent, and we broke into the office and had a office hose and CEO's party, and
classic.
Him and I were like the ringleaders of this, and because of that, I was looked at as a delinquent, I guess, until I got to my mid-30s. But the moral of that story is we had a blue moon together. And it was a very special moment. I was trying to
think how we got there. Okay, this makes sense.
Yeah, like we had the blue moon together, and it was kind of like, I really thought that you were going to grow up to be a piece of shit, but I'm proud of you. And then we cracked the blue moon, did a little cheersy do, and you know what I said to him, Steve?
No, what'd you say?
I was like, Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, so it's no wonder why you would crave it, sir. It's bold flavor, bright explosion of color. An iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that's perfect year-round. And for moments that you want a lighter option of your favorite beer, reach for a Blue Moon Light. It's refreshing. Wheat beer brewed with real tangerine peel for a lighter, exceptional taste at only 95 calories. Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Brightly brewed with real tangerine peel. Tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. So I will say this about Coley.
What?
I had the positive thing.
Well, no, I just finished the ad read.
Suck one.
Suck one.
I will say, and I don't know if you guys got the same vibe. What? Did someone put their finger up? I was fucking looking away. What?
No, I'm saying I still have a thing.
Oh. Go ahead.
All right, I know you're excited about this, but I'm saying for the vibes, this is going to bring us right back to where we need to be, Jared.
What?
So this is T.
T?
Get it, Steve.
Oh, thanks, T. Okay, perfect. I know, I love T. There we go. This is the highest Fangraphs playoff odds the Red Sox have had on August 3rd in God knows how long. I couldn't even tell you. Probably 2021. This time last year, it was 33.5%. In 23, 23.2%. August 3rd, 2022, 24.8%. Jared, can you guess where the playoff odds right now are for the Boston Red Sox?
I'm going to say 71.2.
75.1. So you're pretty close. So they're thinking 3 out of 4 chances they're going to the playoffs. See?
Wow, T.
2021, it was 83.7 on this day.
Okay, there we go.
But that's the realm you're in.
Down,
yeah,
T.
you're in that.
That's
No,
the
but yeah,
realm.
T's trying to really bring us back. He's like,
No,
Joey's dead in my mind. They were better with 21.
The Astros, dude, the last couple August, when you saw the Astros, you knew it was time to wrap it up. The Kyle Bearclaw game 2 years ago.
Can't forget it.
You knew the season was over there. Last year, James Paxton died, and then you got swept by the Astros. So, like, the fact that you showed up here and you swept them, life's good right now. We're smiling. You should be smiling. Be happy.
There's a reason
Don't hurt
why
yourself.
We have feelings right now that we just haven't had at this time of year. I feel like once the weather starts changing a little bit, I know it's still summer, but Friday night it was getting down into like the 60s. I was like, oh, I love this. Keep bringing it down. I want to go further down. Like, not just the 60s. Bring me to the 50s. I'll take upper 40s. Like, that weather at Fenway, when the games are starting to matter, has not matched up with the team that matters in 4 years. And it's been so noticeable after the deadline, that same feeling over and over and over again of like, all right, I'll go to the game. You want to go to Fenway? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. You have to like convince your buddies to like go to the game. that atmosphere. And I get Cora saying it. I'm not going to disagree with him, but like, I do think over the years, AC has wanted the crowd. I always think if you build it, they will come. Like, if the team is worthy of getting loud for it, they'll get loud. It's not like you ever need to like tell the fans to get like all pumped up. Yeah, the atmosphere was great on Friday because the game was close, and then they end up winning in a walk-off. Like, that's going to be exciting. But no, either way,
Fenway,
I mean, this team
Fenway was one of the last ballparks where they don't have to put on the center field video board. Let's get loud,
dude.
Volume meter, yeah. Like they don't have to do the crowd noise thing.
And notice this during the All-Star game. Every pitch, they're doing some sound effect. Like, shut up. Like, you don't need any of this. Yeah, it's all the time, or like a little blurb from a song. But no, you don't need to tell the fans right now to get excited, but specifically for that Jordan Hicks moment, which by golly, he drives me nuts. I can't stand this guy. Coley, I know you had mentioned like it's kind of entertaining. I think I'm past it now. I really hate Jordan Hicks outings. And your tweet was right that he's aura farming like big moments because he totally put himself in that situation for bases loaded strikeout. It was all him. But then they showed that kid. They showed that kid in the crowd afterwards, and I was like, you know what? That kid sums up the vibes right now. He was like, "Let's go." He's like pounding his chest. I'm like, we haven't had a pound your chest, let's go moment in August or September and God knows how long. So like this team is actually giving you something to be excited about. And this time of year, that just hasn't happened the last 4 years.
It was also the most Jordan Hicks thing ever. It was like 99 completely down the dick, like to Carlos Correa. And it's like, whatever, who gives a fuck? Strike three, walk off the mound. But it was like, could you have thrown a more hittable pitch?
It is, yeah. Every pitch, man, he doesn't know where it's going. He just doesn't. He's got no clue.
I saw more hittable pitches this weekend, Mr. Buehler.
12 base runners and 4 1/3 don't do it for you, Coley. Come on.
What's the? I've already forgot. Who's Christian Walker? That guy maybe should play all of his games at Fenway Park.
Terrible.
He seemed to love it here. He was awful this year. He's been unbelievable.
He's been terrible. Can't stop slugging homers at Fenway.
the Astros, if they sign a first baseman, put that guy in the dirt. He is. They did it. They killed a poor Jose Abreu, and now they're doing it to Christian Walker. But boy, oh boy, did he look like he was having a blast. Well, I don't know what that pitch was. Walker Buehler hangs a curveball or slider, whatever the fuck, over the middle, misses that one. The next one's a like 94 middle. Yeah, that went a long ways.
It's got to be tough to be Walker Buehler because like I don't really think about this much until I was talking with the one and only Alan Peralt today, who is now excited because they're over the AP line of contention. They're 11 games over,
Big
so
this
is a real team here. But we were talking about every year, there's normally one starter that the bullpen probably shows up to Fenway like, oh, brother, like, here we go. Everybody better be ready today. It's Walker Buehler. And it happens basically every start where he's like, fuck, like coming off the mound, just pissed off again. And it's like, it sucks. I want him to be good so bad. We've talked about this before. But when you're fooling nobody, how can I trust you in any situation? Understandable, he'd be pushed to the bullpen, but why would you want him coming in from the bullpen in big games? Wouldn't make any sense.
No.
He said before the game, he was like, yeah, I'm looking at the trade deadline as kind of like a vote of confidence for me. I was like, buddy, that is not it. That was not a vote of confidence. They are sitting there like ready to cry because they did not find a replacement for you. They were quite upset.
What's the contract situation again? It's one of those mutual deals after this. So they can just buy him out, I think, for like $2 million or 1.5 or something like that.
He's gone.
Okay.
He's gone.
Yeah. Because there's a very interesting contract situation that's worthy of talking about.
Yeah, I agree. It's a $25 million mutual option with a $3 million buyout, but you're referring to Giolito and the 140.
Getting very close.
Steve?
It's going to get very close. Yeah. He's probably going to get it, honestly.
Giolito?
Yeah. Just doing the math. He's probably got 9 more starts left. I think he needs to average 5 innings to start to get there.
All right. Giolito is making $19 million this year. Next year, it's a $14 million club option. If Giolito exercises the 2025 option, so he did that, obviously, he's on the team. 2026 becomes $19 million mutual option with a $1.5 million buyout if Giolito pitches 140 innings this year.
Yeah, he's 44 1/3 away, which is, if he stays healthy, that's happening.
So then it's a mutual option for $19 million. Doesn't that mean they both have to opt in?
Yeah, but he's definitely declining.
He's a free agent. If he hits this, he's a free agent. Like 100%. I don't think there's any scenario if he's going at how he's going right now. He's got like a 2.4 ERA since May. Like he's not. I don't think there's any chance that he would opt to stay on that 1-year deal, especially coming off injuries and relatively inconsistent career. But Lucas Giolito's been phenomenal.
That's why he was slightly pissy about the way they handled him at the end of camp, because they felt like maybe there was a little manipulation going on. Where the hamstring injury, he's like, I don't think I need this long to sit back and get right. I think you saw he definitely needed that long to work through some things and maybe a little more time. But it seemed like he thought they were kind of manipulating that innings total too.
The 11 a.m. thing's a thing. He's incredible.
115 ERA, Steve?
Yeah, morning starts. Put this guy out there every time.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he's just a dog. What is it, 103 pitches? Let's not jump ahead.
Okay,
we had
okay.
Cooper Criswell was fantastic. Hunter Brown was also fantastic. Shout out to the Red Sox bullpen in this series. Again, I feel like every single series you've got to shout out the Red Sox bullpen. Like, did they give up an earned run in this?
None.
No.
They gave up
no
runs
second
at
in
all.
baseball. Second in baseball in ERA right now, the Red Sox bullpen.
And I mean, like, obviously you didn't need shout out to Chris Murphy. You didn't need much of a bullpen in the finale, but you certainly need it for Walker Buehler starts. And they're just like, sure, you need me, I got you. And like, if you any type of game where you depend on what, 6 relievers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 relievers in the middle game, and you can just keep passing the baton to a guy that's going to go out there and get the job done, that's crazy. Like the odds that you could deploy 6 relievers in the same game against a really good Houston Astros team, per usual, and be like, no, we got you. And they come through almost every single time. Like, how many times have we gone through a series and Steve's been like, and by the way, 0 earned runs for the Red Sox bullpen. Like, I feel like you do that almost every series that they win, at least.
I look at the box scores, obviously, before we do every show, and every time I have that same reaction of, they gave up no runs again? Like, what is going on here? 8 2/3, no runs, 5 hits allowed. This might sound weird, but, like, their bullpen is like an ace. Like, they have, collectively, they're basically an ace coming out of the pen, like, whenever you need him. Now, understandable, Alcala and Hicks give me a heart attack, but not early Alcala, but recent. But no, overall, I mean, it's, like T said, second best bullpen ERA in baseball at 3.28. The last 3 years, 24th in the majors, 20th in the majors, 26th in the majors. When your bullpen's going this well, I would love to see the correlation between a top 5 bullpen and how many of those teams make the playoffs. That has to be one of, if you just look at one stat, that is super indicative of a good team, and the Red Sox have it.
They sure do.
That was the most heartbreaking thing about last year's team, was they were really good in the first half. Like, it felt like one of the carrying things. And then the second half, they completely imploded because you ran them all into the ground. The rotation stepping up and giving you what they have over the last 2 months, it's allowed the bullpen to basically survive and somewhat reset. And you're hoping in the next couple of weeks, Justin Slaten comes back, and all of a sudden then Jorge Alcala probably comes out.
Isn't he fine?
Stops
Slaten?
They found what was wrong.
Yeah, it was a bone growing into his nerve, but I guess they corrected it.
How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That'll happen.
Does anyone know a doctor?
I think it's called the transverse bone.
I'm going to say something real quick. Garrett, I don't know if you can do this. You probably can't. You're the greatest person of all time. One of my favorite things is Jerry's I'm sorry's. If we could get a montage of I'm sorry, it's always coming off the most absurd thing you've ever heard. So
yeah, I mean, like,
the transverse bone.
Whenever we're podcasting, I'm always scouring the internet. I'm always like, oh, and look at this, like things that we can add in real time. So if you hit me with an I'm sorry, I'm always paying attention to what everyone else is saying so I can jump in when I need to. But sometimes when T talks, it's an extra like, wait, what? Like, I want to make sure I heard that correctly. You know, it happens a lot with T.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah, Slaten had a new neck bone.
Yeah, because so I was Red Sox went to win. I was at the game on Saturday. So did they?
Whoa!
I know. Hold on. This has to do with Slaten. You brought up Slaten. Okay. This is a Slaten thought. At the game on Saturday, did they cut away when the benches cleared? So like no one saw that?
So they started going to commercial, and then like they kind of stuck with it. It was weird. That's why people were getting like the clips.
What does that mean? They can't go to commercial and stick with it at the same time. What do they do?
No, they started like the traditional, like they showed the score. They're going Red Sox. They say the score, but like after that beat, that last beat of music, it just kind of hung there for a second. Like maybe we have something here.
Got it. Okay, because Slaten was out there, yeah.
That I couldn't see.
Was he? Can't remember.
I thought Slaten was in the fracas.
Maybe. I was listening at that point, so I was basing it off the clip that T put up.
The Fuddruckers, he was out there. Anyways, do we have a nomination? Is there a nomination from game 1? T?
For a call?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it didn't
hit?
My socks off, but it was good. It was good.
You trying to say it didn't hit, dude?
I was a little more excited. The Roman Anthony thing was awesome. I thought the 7th inning was also very impressive to me as well.
By the way, speaking of this fucking game, I was the only one on tied in the 8th. Where the fuck were you guys?
I was with Martha's family
at the game. Coley.
I fell asleep at 8:45.
Wow.
Which has never really happened.
I was going to say, no
you're
precedent
father
for that.
of 3, man. You're a father.
Yeah, 3-time dad.
Did it feel good, Coley?
Mm-hmm. What?
Did it feel good?
I think I woke up at 4:45 because my body was like, you've never had that much sleep, so it's time to be up. So, but I felt refreshed.
One of my favorite hours, 4 a.m.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
I never see it.
That's what's up, dude. So your excuse was you were at the game, Steve? I was fucking
it's not an
golfing.
excuse. I'm just saying where I was.
Not. Yeah. I was mini golfing. I was there.
Are you making TikToks these games, Steve?
What happened?
No comment, but yes. Yeah, TikTok.
What did he do? What did he do, Coley?
No.
I'll fucking Jake, what did he say?
Oh, no.
There's a TikTok going around.
Why have I not seen this TikTok? What's the TikTok?
I thought you probably would have seen this by now.
I saw it organically. I was scrolling the talk. I saw a trend. I'm watching. I see Stevie P. I say, I know that guy. And then I kept scrolling.
That was basically all the comments. Like, is that the bad weather guy? Is that who's in this TikTok right now? This guy's got to learn how to do his job.
What's the TikTok, Steve?
I don't even know. I don't know, dude. I've already forgotten about it. I don't even know. No, it's a great TikTok. It should win awards, honestly. Good acting.
Can you send it to me?
What's the TikTok?
Wait, we're on the call of the series, I think.
Oh, that's Will Flemming? Yeah. That's a banger. I thought we were talking about
what we're
the
talking
other one.
about. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, but what's the TikTok, though?
I was hoping he would miss that. So it would just be like, all right, let's keep it rolling to bleep, bleep, call the game.
You brought up that you were at the park. That's the only reason why it clicked in my brain. I was like, I've seen Steve at the park recently.
I mean, this TikToks, it's on a public platform. This is not like a hidden.
It's out, super out there.
It's big out there. Yeah. Great acting, honestly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
What the fuck is this?
Can someone send it to me?
Steve, what?
I agreed to a TikTok.
Steve,
what?
What the fuck is this?
Hold on. The guy can't talk.
I can't do a TikTok at Fenway.
The guy can't talk.
I can't talk.
Steve, what is this?
It's not that bad. I can't do a TikTok at Fenway Park, Jerry.
The top comment is tell him to take his job seriously. The children are dying.
Dude, the impact that Jared has on this fan base, there's 15 comments about this guy probably gave the wrong forecast.
Yeah, he's going to fix the weather. Hey, that's the Sox weather guy. Stevie P guaranteed that the runner-up for Peralta of the year bought that lovely lady a pizza and maybe an ice cream.
What was the call of the game?
I bet Steve tells her the correct weather, unlike on the 10.
Wow. That's a serious accusation. I don't think he's withholding weather.
See, Coley, I had no issue with you bringing up the TikTok. I just knew what it entailed. I knew exactly what Jared's reaction was.
I would have...
This is from James. He says, this guy missed the big one. I wouldn't trust anything he says.
I'm telling you, all the comments are weather
Worst weatherman in America. Chew him with your mouth.
That's just not true.
That's mean. I've messed up, but I'm not the worst.
On the house, ? It's my understanding that Steve is poor.
Yeah, there we go. I'm telling you, if Jared puts something out there, it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
So you don't want me to say anything more about this situation, correct?
I mean, we're already pretty far in at this point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Poor, bad at his job.
Yeah,
what else you got?
Just put it all out there at this point. I'm trying to think of the last compliment.
I haven't heard it. You're obviously, this is a lip syncing thing.
It's a trend. Oh, you're gonna play it?
Really? How much do I owe you?
Jesus Christ!
It's okay. It's on the house.
Really? How much do I owe you?
It's okay. It's on the house.
You are something else. You're something else, man. Oh God.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Before the show, I was like, odds of this being a segment. I had it lower than 50.
I didn't know about this. I didn't see it.
So I was asked. First time. I was asked, right, Jared? All right, we're on it now. I was asked, like, will you make this TikTok? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, a little acting, let's do it.
There's nothing wrong with making a TikTok.
You just said you're doing TikTok. You just seem to be upset that I'm doing TikToks at the park.
No. Me? No.
Did I read that reaction wrong?
No. Yes, you did. So I didn't. There's nothing wrong with making talks at the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Where I am now,
I'm scared.
Pointing out an issue here is that because you were making talks at the yard.
Oh yeah, then not being on Tied in the
You
Eighth.
didn't come on Tied in the Eighth, and I was just I was on by myself while mini golfing with Train and her daughter. Here I am sinking putts, talking Sox with the people by my damn self, and because it was on Apple TV,
Friday.
Sadly,
playback is not compatible with Apple TV. So because I was on Tied in the Eighth, I couldn't even watch the game. You were at the game, so you could have done Tied in the Eighth and still watched the fucking game because you were there making talks.
It's very true. Yeah, I missed Tied in the
face.
Eighth.
It looks like sucking face.
No.
Skipping Tied in the Eighth and sucking face.
No. These are
yes, you were.
No.
Yeah, you're fucking face.
Too busy sucking face.
There were Section 10 people around. Was not sucking face.
Who's this? Who's this? Who am I? Who am I?
TikTok. Chicks.
Steve. That's Steve. That's Steve.
TikTok.
Hey, I missed some Tied in the Eighth. This is a known thing. I had a good streak going too. I think it was 2 in a row.
Yeah.
That's not even a streak.
So you missed Tied in the Eighth
Steve's Tied in the Eighth streaks tea in a kayak. The same picture.
It was
classic 2-game hitting streak.
A walk off for the Sox, which by the way,
yes, please. I want this.
Are you telling me what to do right now?
No, I'm just saying I want this. This is great.
Oh.
I'm rooting you on.
Right.
I'm like, go, Jared, go.
Yeah, go, Jared.
Yeah, play that clip, Jerry.
Hey.
Nextel Call of the Series brought to you by Nextel. What was that? What was it? I-180? Or what was it? What was the I?
Yeah, I believe so.
There's like a bunch. There was a bunch of them. Yeah, there was a bunch
I-80 maybe. Maybe it was a 180.
Yeah, there was a few of them. These guys will never know.
Oh, buddy, we're there.
Yeah. Here's Will Flemming doing the damn thing.
The pitch to Anthony. Swinging a high fly into center field. It is way back, and it's going to win the game. It's over McCormick's head. Abreu scores. Roman Anthony's first walk-off hit gives the Red Sox a 2-1 win in 10. Maybe they got enough on this roster as it is
the way that just went. It sounded like it was actually on the
win for the Red Sox in extra innings.
OB. Let's see what OB's call was. I can't remember because I
wouldn't have had one.
There's no OB call. It's on TV.
Yeah.
That's what when you asked me,
you know what he was doing
why.
Friday.
Yeah, he was.
Birthday.
Catch-up copy
Sunday. Yeah. Happy birthday, OB.
So wait. So is this?
And a fly ball to center field. That will end it. McCormick goes all the way back. It's over his head on the warning track. Roman Anthony's first career walk-off hit helps the Red Sox beat the Astros in Boston.
Who is that, T?
That's fine.
I don't remember.
Was that Andy Hart?
It was a fine neutral call.
When you asked me, I thought that's what you were referring to. I was like, I don't remember being overly impressed.
No, it was a fine neutral call. Will Flemming the call of the series brought to you by Nextel.
That gets me every time. No, I just love that sound effect. I'm going to laugh at that probably every time.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that they were all walk-offs? I was doing a little Stevie Stats research.
No, that was crazy. That was good stats research. That's wild.
They've won 4 games in the Green Monster City Connects. They're all walk-offs.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
They're 4-3 in those jerseys, and they're all walk-off wins.
Oh.
Yeah, that's wild. Genuinely wild.
Cora said cool. He was like, we had the yellows a couple years ago. He's like, the green have their own thing now. This is part of the...
They still have the yellows. Like, the yellows continue to be good luck.
Yes, I don't disagree. But I think in terms of having, like, the aura that even they like, it seems like the players are even a little tired of the yellow ones. Like, the green ones have that fresh feel to them.
Listen, I love these players, but when it comes to their opinions on the jerseys, they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. This was, I mean, you can attest to this. This was the most intense argument me and Duran had at Jaron.
It was crazy.
Jersey got and I was just like, you guys just don't fucking get it. And he was like, we're wearing them for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who's buying these? Yes, absolutely.
Guess who's watching on TV? Yeah, you get yours for free, of course.
Yeah, before the series, I wanted them to wear these more often, and maybe you just keep it as the home Friday thing, but it still feels weird. Only 7 total games out of, 113 that they've worn these jerseys. They started
so late in the year with them. They should have started the year with them on home Friday.
It's 6-3 in the yellows with 1 walk-off, 4-3 with 4 walk-offs in the greens.
Were you sucking face on Friday, Steve?
No, come on. I thought we were past this. No sucking face.
No. I don't think you're being honest with me.
I'm being honest. There people can DM you. We had Section 10 people around us. They would tell you.
Whoa. I thought you were going somewhere else with that. Jesus Christ.
You made out with all of them, Steve?
Yeah, listen, man.
Everyone around me was just talking down. How am I supposed to do tie in the 8th when I'm just making out with everybody at Fenway Park?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean,
using Steve a section over. Like, I hope he gets here. We're running out of game here.
I'm just saying, Steve. I know the woman in question, and she's a lovely lady. She's very nice.
100%. Yep.
So I'm just saying. What do the kids say? I ship it.
Wow.
Is that what they say?
T, what does that mean?
They did. That was like 2 years ago. I don't know if they still say
it.
They don't say that
I don't know
anymore?
if it's super modern, but
what does that mean, T?
Whatever. Yeah.
Like he supports you guys as a couple. Like the idea of you.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Now we're jumping ahead.
I ship it. The fuck, dude.
All right. Good thing. All right. The TikTok. There we go. That's that segment.
All right. Call a series goes to Will Flemming. Brought to you by Nextel.
Got something to say about Will real quick, Jared.
You made out with him too, Steve?
So after the game, right, we hooked up. And it was wonderful. I enjoyed every second. Now, when I'm listening to Will, I feel like there's a higher chance that something good's going to happen. And a lot of that comes with the fact that he gets the baseball tingles almost better than anybody. I feel like his senses for what's going to go down, I don't know who's better. I used to think I was good at predicting homers and all that, but Will throw a lot of home run predictions out in the scoop shop. Maybe a few too many, and that's all good. Because then they don't happen.
I was gonna alter in the moment. I think he's got a great feel for what's happening.
Yes.
4 hours ahead of the game, I think he's whatever happened the day before is heavily influencing what he's saying at that point.
100%. During the game, I don't think anyone has a better feel than Will Flemming of what's going to go down. So I was listening to the call for the last couple innings, and he normally just kind of nails what's coming up. It's great.
Yeah, I was driving home today. I was listening to the game at the beach and drove home. All 6 runs happened on the drive, listening to Will. And I got home, stopped scoring runs.
Yep.
We interrupt this meaty conversation about the Sox to tell you about Ridge wallets. Coley's got one. I've got one. Now Dallas has one. We all love our Ridge wallets because they're built to last. I don't want something that I'm going to end up buying and it's like I need to replace this in a couple of years or even less than that. It's super annoying. Also, Ridge wallets, they're doing their legendary sweepstakes for the 5th time. And this time it's pretty insane. 2 lucky winners will get to choose between $300,000 Lamborghini. I don't even know how to say this. Hurricane Storado. It's a Lamborghini. $150,000 Hennessy Velociraptor. Or $100,000 in cash. Pretty solid, if you ask me. In order to be able to pick between those, man. Also, why wouldn't you pick the $300,000 Lamborghini and just sell it if you didn't want the Lamborghini? You know what I'm saying?
It's the same as 300 cash, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't trust myself with a Lamborghini. I think it'd be cool. I'd take a couple pictures with it and then be like, yeah, I got a Lamborghini. Then I'd definitely sell it. Have you ever driven a sports car, Jake? Have you ever like been in like something that's got a lot of kick to it?
I mean, I will after I pick up this Lambo.
Yeah. There's only 1,500 of these that exist, and Ridge is giving you the chance to own one. This Lambo is the world's first off-road supercar. It's a V10 and has 610 horsepower. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. I don't trust myself with that much power. The Velociraptor has 558 horsepower, twin turbo. It's an American muscle car. There's no reason not to enter this, apparently. I mean, I'm going to enter now. Am I eligible? I feel like I should be. You can enter for free at ridge.com. You should absolutely take your shot. You can also boost your odds. Every dollar that you spend on Ridge's website gets you one additional entry. So that's something to consider. Grab a Ridge wallet, power bank, phone case, whatever you need, and you can just rack up the entries. With over 50 colors and styles, Ridge wallet isn't just functional, it's personal. Whether you want a sleek, black forged carbon fiber, a wallet that features your favorite MLB team, or one that matches your vibe, they've absolutely got you covered. If you're ready to upgrade your wallet and maybe your ride for a limited time, head on over to ridge.com. Use the promo code section10 at checkout for 10% off your order and a chance to win Ridge's biggest sweepstakes ever. A Lamborghini, a Velociraptor, or 100 racks. No purchase is necessary to enter, but every dollar you spend gets you more entries. That's ridge.com. Use the promo code section10. That's section 10 after your purchase. They will ask you where you heard about them. Tell them you heard the 10. The 10 told us about this. We very much appreciate it.
Sorry.
Noah Syndergaard just got released by the White Sox. I didn't know he was on the White Sox, being honest. I thought he was, retired.
I thought you were going to hit the horn for that. I was like, let's relax.
Did he make it back up to the big leagues?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So.
It doesn't matter.
I saw Syndergaard's stats recently, but I just kept scrolling.
Me too. It was like the worst slop. Yeah, he never made it back up.
Yeah, that's a shame. I don't care. Not to be mean. I don't care.
I do love how you introduced it. Like, former teammate, okay? Let's stop talking about this, okay? Like, you guys,
that's
enough.
It was Matt, Syndergaard, DeGrom, Harvey.
Oh, Matt Harvey.
Yeah.
Before the incidents.
I want to, what? Shut up. All right. I want to give a shout out to Jake O'Donnell.
Mm-hmm.
The great follow on Red Sox Twitter. He does the pesky report. I think it was him that was shouting down all the people that when Roman Anthony had the walk-off, the people that were like, no, like, you got to pay him. And it was like, can we just fucking enjoy the extension? Not the extension. Can we just enjoy the game? Can we just enjoy the walk-off? Can we just enjoy the fact that Roman Anthony is on the Boston Red Sox right now and not piss and moan about a contract situation when he's been in the big leagues for like 2.5 months? Like, can we just enjoy it? Is that so hard to ask? Are people really that miserable where they don't know how to just enjoy things? I feel like I already know the answer to that. There are certainly people that they do not know how to enjoy things and will just never be happy. And when some situation gets rectified or resolved, you just move on to the next thing that's going to irritate you or piss you off. There's no such thing as perfect. Like, you're always going to have lingering things that around a baseball team. So say tomorrow we wake up and they extend Roman Anthony. Then it's like, all right, well, now you'll find a way to complain about something else. Like, oh, well, what's it going to cost to get Joe Ryan this offseason? Or how are they going to address this? Or are they going to lose Lucas Giolito? Like, you're just going to end up complaining about something. It's never going to be all good. You're never going to have an entire team signed through the next 8 seasons. That's just not how that works. Fully healthy. So just enjoy Roman Anthony while we have him. And as that comes out of my mouth, like, I already know I'm going to be getting the corporate Carabas. Like, oh, you're John Henry's lapdog. Just saying, enjoy Roman Anthony while you have him.
Who said that lately?
What?
Has anyone said that lately?
What, me being corporate Carabas?
Yeah, you just like being big fan.
Oh.
El super fan.
Well, there's so many radio personalities that need to use my name to get people to call in and be interested. I can't keep up with them these days. Felger, I will shout out because I actually like and respect Felger, and he's actually had success in this market, but not everyone who uses my name can say those things. So I'll just leave it to Felger. At 98.5 the Sports Hub, the premier 98.5 the motherfucking Sports Hub, the number one sports radio station in not just this region, but maybe the country at this point. That's why for me, T, that's why when the other place offered to hire me full time, I said, you know what? I would rather work part time than work for your station full time. True story.
I'm guessing the money was pretty significant as well.
Substantially more, but you can't reason with a man who's not driven by money. I'm driven by pride and hate and pettiness and yeah. I mean, money's nice for sure, but it's not the number one thing that motivates me.
Speaking of radio, I do think we're going to have a slight Section 10 crossover next week. Not this upcoming week, but the week after that.
What night?
I'm hosting not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday.
I see.
Are you in that day?
So this Wednesday is the Views, and then the Wednesday after, I'll be there.
Tyler Milliken.
That's a Milliken night. That's another Astros series.
We can celebrate them getting swept again.
We get the Astros again so soon? Huh. Huh. That's fine.
Bregman's return to Houston.
Woo! Can we talk
I think
about
it's
that?
Correa's too.
I have a couple of takes here. So I was at dinner on Friday night, and I had the fans at the ballpark refuted my claim that the Astros fans giving a standing ovation to Correa, his first at bat back as an Astro, was louder than the boos from Red Sox fans. On Apple TV, did you guys not hear this? Like it sounded like he was getting a standing ovation at Fenway. But then I got a bunch of tweets from people being like, I'm here right now, and we're booing the fuck out of him. I didn't hear any cheers. On the broadcast, it sounded like cheers.
It was a mixture.
I was on radio on the way home.
At the park. It wasn't as I saw your tweet and I was a little confused.
Stevie Sucky Face, you were paying attention to the crowd noise.
Oh my god!
You were paying attention to the crowd noise or no?
Yeah, I was just tonguing everybody down, and I'm like, wait, what is that? That's a mixture of boos and cheers.
Maybe one of the 55 TikToks that you made had captured some of the crowd noise. Do you have any evidence to support your claims or no?
Nothing goes unpunished here. No, it was.
I'm not punishing you. I'm asking the question.
It was a mix, I would say, Jared, of boos and cheers. But I don't.
But you were there, so your opinion is not the one I'm looking for. Did anyone else?
I thought you just said,
what
was it like at the park?
Well, the fans, no. The fans that were there,
backgrounds of you at the park.
The fans that were there said that the boos were louder than the cheers.
Okay,
but I was at dinner watching it on my phone, so I couldn't like.
So you want an Apple TV watcher to confirm?
Yes, to verify that the cheers sounded louder. Coley,
I was big time Sleepy Town, you know.
Oh yeah. T,
I was in the right state.
I was on radio, but it did not sound like that on radio.
Jake was there.
I was at the game booing his face off.
Motherfucker.
Jake was making out with Mikey, so he wasn't paying attention.
All right, so I guess we'll never know. That's fine.
I typed in Carlos Correa ovation, and the only tweet showed up was yours.
I just don't know if this ovation happened.
Was talking.
I just think there were some Astros fans that are like, he's back, woohoo!
Yeah, maybe they're just really close to the mic or something. I don't know.
I think they do turn up the crowd noise too on Apple TV.
Maybe. The other take that I want to fire off. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this. Or actually, you know what? You might agree with me. I feel like the listeners might not agree with this take, but it's okay because it's correct and it's a good take. At this point, don't you guys feel a little weird for booing Jose Altuve when Bregman's your third baseman and Cora's your manager? Coley?
Go back through any time I've spoken about the Astros. I've never given a fuck about what they did.
No. I'm not talking about you. I'm saying like, can't we talk about the crowd's reaction? Because I've never cared about it was interesting, it was fascinating, and it was like great to discuss for content creators. Like it gave us a lot of material to use for a long time, but never did I stand up on a soapbox and be like, no, Astros, you bad people. No, it's
only Yankees and Dodgers fans ever cared about that.
Yeah. And to think that we didn't have the right to complain. I mean, we got eliminated by the Astros in 2017,
but we also beat them at the height of their cheating, which really goes to show how good that 18 team was.
That doesn't get discussed enough, that it was a 4-game series.
I think that they stopped cheating because Cora was like, I know what the fuck is up. Like, don't pull that shit against me. So it's probably like, all right.
And they lost to me. They got their doors blown off.
Yeah. It was a gentleman's sweep. But so you guys agree then?
This has all been too much, I think, from the jump. Like, I get it the year after, and to your point, Jerry, this is one of the most significant things that's happened in baseball history. Like, there's a team that won the World Series that got caught cheating. That's a huge deal. We'll be
big cheating.
It's going to be our last year alive. And for T, I hope that's a long ways from now. But like, it will be in that situation and think, oh my God, yeah, they actually were hitting the trash can and like no one realized it and all of that. I just don't really care now. It's been 8 years. That all was on Surface 6 years ago. Like, whatever, man. And Altuve, I think, gets destroyed way too much for this. Like, this should be a collective thing amongst everybody that was involved. But for some reason, when he comes up,
the least.
That's what I'm saying. When he comes up, he gets booed the most, and it's noticeable. And it's like,
it's because the buzzer thing continues to be a thing.
He hit the one off Chapman, and then he had that.
And if he doesn't hold his jersey, then like 8 years later, he's not getting booed this much. I just don't care to the level of needing to boo. It's sketchy, but like, there's a lot of stuff that's sketchy if you like look super into it.
Yeah, and like if everyone was ratting, then like we would have had something on Altuve by now.
Absolutely.
Also, I don't fucking care. I don't. And like I'm sure that there's probably fans of other teams listening right now being like, of course you don't care because the Red Sox tweet they cheated too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's a different thing, but whatever.
They're on separate.
We also hired Alex Cora and signed Alex Bregman, and I would like them to continue signing former Astros. So that's where I also don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Breggy's probably steered clear of a lot of the negativity. I feel like he handled it the best and was just like, yeah, we got punished and we're moving on. And
I found a way to take Carlos Correa.
They did not. That was kind of the people's point, was they didn't get punished.
Well, but either way, more like everyone knows we did it, so whatever. It's like Breggy, I think, always handles media stuff really well and doesn't really give you much in a good way.
Oh yeah, of course.
But then Correa was kind of a little snappy, and so I kind of thought he was going to be the one that gets booed the most. But it's Altuve who's like barely addressed any of this. Maybe that's part of the problem. But yeah, the booing to this level, and even Dodger fans, it's like enough, man. It's excessive.
They're fucking losers, the Dodger fans and the Yankee fans. Like anytime you're on the side of Yankee fans, you're a loser.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yankee fans. Yankee fans are out of everyone in the equation here, the Yankees are the only ones that haven't like won something since then.
Right.
The Astros won a real one. The Red Sox beat the Astros immediately, and the Dodgers have won 2 since then. So like the Yankees are like, boo, Altuve. It's because you guys don't win shit. And they were probably also cheating too, but yeah, whatever.
They were. That's like, we know that. We know they were.
Yeah. The Yankees fucking, bunch of fucking losers. I don't care. Anyways.
I can't believe Joe Torre didn't punish the Yankees for cheating.
Right.
I'm shocked.
Right.
Shocked.
Right. Game 2 of the series, Red Sox went 2-1. Game 2 of the series, Walker Buehler. How many base runners was it? 15?
12. 3 walks, 9 hits.
0 strikeouts. 0.
T, I'm looking out for you, T. I think he had something from game 1, Jerry.
Huh?
I think T still had something from game 1. Did you still have something from game 1?
Thank you,
yeah,
Steve.
Upset.
I do appreciate that. I thought we were moving past it, and I didn't want to risk a suspension. It's not. I'll make it very quick. I thought the 7th inning, that was fucked up. Damn it.
Is it flipped?
Damn it. I don't have it. I'm cooked.
From a sweep.
Well, you're expecting words and you just get.
All right, I want to thank everyone coming here today for the Taikus. I want to thank everyone for being here today. I got this speech prepared that I definitely worked on, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It's really going to move a lot of people to tears once I once I get started on this thing.
Run it back. Run it back. Coop troop forever. Bullpen come up short. Never. Romans Empire. Story surges on. Sox bullpen slowing down? Wrong. Neris bitching? Yawn. Morning shift Geo. Stories catch-up quest. Full go. Astros swept. Bucko. A series of Taikus by Tyler Milliken.
Thank you.
We have some very important information from Garrett, by the way.
Okay.
You were asking for this, and we got it. About how many Taiku of the Year nominations there have been. There's been 4 so far this year. Less than I thought.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Got, April against the Rays, April against the White Sox, and then July 8th Rockies, July 29th Twins.
I mean, it only ended up being, what, like 6-7 last year?
Yeah.
6-7.
Like that? Yeah, around 6-7.
Thank you, T.
Thank
you. Talking talks?
Oh, back to what I wanted to hit on.
Get me
The first
started
game.
on talks.
Yes. T, go T.
You know?
I thought the 7th inning was a good example of how far this team has come in doing the little things right. Trevor Story leadoff walk, stole second, 18 for 18 this year, stealing bases. One of the cooler things and something I'm always paying attention to, just shows such a high baseball IQ because we know Story's not the fastest player around, but man, he knows when to take a bag. Yoshida got bailed out.
Reserve that for people who aren't athletic. Like, he is athletic enough to be stealing bases.
He's not David Hamilton, right? And like we see a David Hamilton or a Jaron Duran get thrown out. Yoshida gets hit by the pitch. He got bailed out. But Narvaez putting down the sacrifice bunt and Abreu with the sacrifice fly. I'm like, those are the little things where you tie the game and that allows it to go into extras. You weren't doing that kind of stuff before. So that sticks out to me in a major way. And I just want to highlight it because I think there was a lot of high baseball IQ moments in this series from the Red Sox, which isn't something you could say for a majority of the year.
Yeah.
Like Story's play in the 10th inning to go home and get the out. Great play. Like something that needs to be highlighted. Like those little things feel like things this team were not doing before.
It's been a great job by Narvaez this year too. Because you always like credit the guy that's making the throws, but he's been getting all the tags down. Maybe the ball's popped out like once or twice, but he's been very good at getting the glove out in the replay era now and making sure you actually get the guy's foot before he touches the plate.
Yeah. And I think we're seeing him protect the fact that Connor Wong is going to start again tomorrow. Cora said like they're concerned inside the organization that he's worn down, so they need to kind of alleviate it a little bit. And Connor Wong has looked better recently.
And also you can get the guy the break when you win the first 2 games of the series. And then it's like, all right, you can start Sunday. Oh, wait, then you can start Monday because then Narvaez can start 2 going into the day off Thursday. Like winning those games is beneficial for everyone.
Connor Wong drove in another run today, albeit not on a hit still. Still looking for that first RBI on a hit. But his second RBI of the season via the sac fly. Count it. It all counts the same. You know?
Yeah. Cool.
What we're going to be riding it out with Walker Buehler, yes?
I guess.
What does that mean?
Yeah, just like he stays on the team.
Riding what out with who now?
He's just going to be in the rotation the rest of the way.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
it's August 3rd, you know? Like I think the worst, like he's still not pitching great, but I think
no, he's not.
The outings where he's just straight up handing the Red Sox a loss single-handedly, I think we're, knock on wood, past that part. He's just not. He doesn't.
I think he got lucky.
I know, but we've been saying that. He's, pitching into the 5th inning, 3 earned runs. It's not like if I have a starting pitcher, like I have, I guess, different qualifications for quality start, and he gave us a chance to win. Quality start, 6 innings, 3 earned runs or fewer. He gave us a chance to win. For me, is like 5 innings, and 4 runs or less. You know, like he gave us a chance to win. Like with this,
he went like 4 1/3, didn't he? I don't think he went 5 innings.
I'm not. He also put 12 guys on base. Like you are so lucky to have gotten out of that.
So
even Justin Wilson bailing him out with those 2 strikeouts.
I'm not saying Walker Buehler gave the Red Sox a chance to win. They still needed 6 relievers to get to the end of this one. So I have the point is I have a low bar for what's acceptable, and he fell short of that even in this outing. So that's, I guess, why I'm asking you. I'll start with Coley. Like, if do the Red Sox have the luxury to eat? Like, what are they going to do? They're not going to release him. Like, they're not going to put him in the bullpen.
No, I've been on this. You said you told it to his agent at the All-Star break. Like, put him on the IL.
Bring him back for the playoffs.
You unfreeze him for the playoffs. I think that's the cleanest way to do this. And not even necessarily like every round either. You know what I mean? Like that first round, I'm still probably keeping him off that roster. But yeah, I'm all in on Kyle Harrison starting soon and very soon. Like the people who are like, oh, he's still walking people. So is the fucking guy he's replacing. Like that. What do you mean? Like he's been a better major league pitcher this year than multiple people we've trotted out in recent. Like, I feel like that gets lost just because he's tinkered with his arsenal. I don't give a fuck about that. He's been better than pitchers you've used at the major league level this year.
I don't disagree.
He's a different pitcher than the guy you saw earlier in the year. And until he's comfortable with the new arsenal and he's not walking more guys than he's striking out, I care about his development for the years forward, because you look at the Rafael Devers trade and what came out of that. You already traded the second best prospect. Jordan Hicks is terrifying to watch. Jose Bayo seems like maybe a nice lottery ticket down in the lower minors. I'd prefer for Harrison to be a guy you can lean on in the coming years.
I don't think that those are mutually. I keep hearing that. I don't think those are mutually exclusive. I don't think you can't do both of those things.
I do worry if you send him out there.
If they're talking about bringing up Coley and Sandlin and all these other people for the bullpen, I don't view those as super different.
To me, it's different to go out there and expect him to start every 5 days versus you being a low leverage bullpen arm that they see what it looks like.
And you don't have to start and be an ace. You have to start and be better than Walker Buehler, which is it's like what the Colts are doing right now with Anthony Richardson. They have him trying out against Daniel Jones. It's like, here's the lowest bar ever to clear. Can you do it? I think you can.
I don't think it's impossible to expect him to get there by September, but I need a little consistency in the minors before I get there.
Yeah, from the Buehler standpoint, I think that's the main point that I had that Coley just said is, this is the bar to clear is the second worst ERA in baseball. Like I'm pretty sure there's a lot of guys that could do that. I mean, we were just talking about Criswell. Like you can't put Coop out there and feel
that's
better
what I'm
about
saying. I'd give him the chance right now before I'd give Kyle Harrison.
I would start with Harrison first, because if it went so poorly, you know what Coop's going to do. Like that, you know he's going to be the same guy. I wouldn't go to him first because he doesn't have the ceiling as Harrison.
Yeah, but if you're in a situation where it's like what, Crochet, Giolito, Bayo, Dustin May, Harrison, or Criswell, like there's 5 guys in there somewhere that you would trust over Walker Buehler. He's got a 7.21 ERA since the end of May. Like any real game log you look at, I know there was a brief stint there at the start of July. T had mentioned like their misleading starts. The Philly one was good, but outside of that, it was, getting at a lot of double plays. He's benefited a lot from some huge double plays.
He's white dice game. He's white dice game.
Yeah, essentially. And there's just too many situations where it's obviously the 4th inning is well documented how bad he's been in that inning this year, but he just doesn't give you quality starts at a very high rate, and he's not fooling anybody. He consistently is getting hit by everybody in the lineup. Walking, doesn't matter who you are. You can get walked if Walker Buehler's on the mound. So you just don't feel comfy when he's out there. Regardless of how good the bullpen is, they bailed him out. His record's probably, I haven't looked at records in a while, but like it's probably not that bad considering how good the bullpen's been. But no, you're putting yourself in a tough situation when he pitches.
He's also pulled in the 4th, so he's not like stacking wins.
Yeah, he doesn't qualify for decisions. So. Yeah,
is he like 4-3? T? Is that correct? I don't think it's an absurd.
He's 6-6
record.
6-6.
Wow. Okay, all right. That's more than I would have assumed he qualified for, honestly.
I did notice he went very slider heavy in the start, so that's what he did in Philly. That unlocked those 7 innings he got. Was leading the way with the slider, 29% in this one. But clearly it didn't work much here. And Will Flemming mentioned this on the broadcast a couple times. the team has asked him to stop throwing this many pitches, and he just doesn't really care. Like he's going to kind of do what he wants to do. So this might be an example where it's been
abundantly clear for a while that he does not listen to the coaches here.
Yes. Yeah. So like to me, it looks like, you know, the slider worked. I'm going to lean into that, but I still want to throw everything. Probably because everything he is throwing, he knows isn't very good. So yeah, it seems like there's a disconnect between him and the pitching coach as well. And you know, if you don't adapt to the program or you're not willing to bend to it, the results are probably not going to be very good. And that's what they've been.
That's part of why I'm not too terrified of bringing Harrison up because, and this is no knock on everyone who's working very hard throughout the minor league system. They don't have Carlos Narvaez and Andrew Bailey calling the game. So is the pitch sequencing down in the minors leading to some of these walks, some of the inconsistencies? Would he be better with better people around him? I think yes, based off of what he's done. Again, I know he's got like a 4.2, 4.3 ERA on the year, whatever it is, mid-4s ERA on the year. A lot of that's inflated by one bad Padres start. Yes, it's a different arsenal, but his main pitch is not. So that's why I think you could survive with that. He has one pitch, bare minimum, better than any of Walker Buehler's pitches. That's enough for me.
And we're essentially talking about like 7 starts the rest of the year. Like, you don't need to use Walker Buehler in the postseason. I know you're saying about potentially saving him and then he's best in the postseason, but like, I don't know if this version of that guy is going to just magically pop up in October and start doing it. But like, you're not talking about some, once you get to the first week of August, mid-August, like all of a sudden you can skip guys in the rotation. Guess what? Buehler can be a guy that you can just skip over or have a bullpen game or something and feel a lot better about the rest of the way. I don't think he has many more appearances left just in a Red Sox uniform altogether. That's kind of the point of the year that we're at.
Yeah, like I think even Richard Fitz, like we know what it was. We've seen some of the ups and downs. Anyone would take him over Walker Buehler. And It didn't seem like Connolly early or David Sandlin would be exactly rotation options the way Craig was talking, but he was referencing them today as guys we're going to try out, especially Sandlin, highlighting it. I know me and Coley have mentioned it a few times on this pod, as someone who could come up and be nasty in relief. Him and Early just made their first starts at AAA. But you look at even Kyle Harrison. Last start out was better. 5 innings. Wasn't a disaster by any means. I think it was 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 2 walks. A lot better than the previous start where you walk 6 and strike out 4. But to be fair,
again, you've talked about it too. You've said it yourself. These minor league final lines don't really matter as much as what they're working on.
No, to me, it's more like a strikeout to walk thing. Or are you able to put guys away without putting them on? And that's where you look at Harrison, and it's a 5.34 FIP at AAA. I also seen Kyle Harrison be, a mid-4 guy this year at the major. So I understand the difference. I just want him to find some consistency before I throw him into the fire. I'm not saying that already he wouldn't be better than Walker Buehler, but I think it's a balancing of both.
Where I'm at.
I can get better than Buehler, I know, from Cooper Criswell. I'd prefer Harrison's development to get to where it needs to go so he can be a weapon for years and maybe not just for a month.
I can't, if you're pitching him a triple, like if he's still pitching, unless he's just done pitching the rest of the year, I don't really see how it can hurt his long-term development. I really don't.
I think a hitter or a pitcher, if they get their head beat in with the new arsenal, I think it can lead to issues. I understand both sides of the argument. I'm not saying, Coley, what you're saying is wrong, but that's, to me, I would worry about a guy going out there until he finds some consistency with the new stuff.
It's after 6, so I'm going to say I got TS10 for catch up with a lot of guys who deserve more.
Boom.
And the one thing I was going to hammer repeatedly, Cedar Rafaela, when he plays second base, hits 147. He slugs 147. His OPS is 318. Not only is he worse defensively at second base, he also is the worst version of himself at the plate when he plays second base because he's thinking about too much shit. Knock it off. That's it. Knock it off.
It's a good point. It's a good point to walk out on. By the way, and I think we all saw this, I don't know what was going on with the mic'd up situation there, like
that sucked
Sadon thing, like that was rough. I'm not fully out. I know a lot of people are just like out on that altogether. I don't hate it for these special games that happen for a team like 3 times a year, whatever. We're talking about 3 innings, 3 half innings of an entire season. That's fine. But they had him in a situation where it's like Jerry, you've done this, like we've all done this. You've probably done it the most of us, where you get like wired in, like if you're on air and they got to like clip you in the back and tuck you down. Like he was about to be a news anchor in center field. Like this guy needs as much mobility as possible and is reaching out more than anybody on the roster. And we got him like plugged in, like he's about to deliver the 6 o'clock news and he can't even hear what the questions were. That was kind of a disaster. I loved his answers, by the way. Thought his answers were perfect. Like, yeah, playing center field's not hard for me. Like at Fenway, this is totally fine. If it's in the park, I'm going to catch it. Like that was a bar. And then you just, nothing else you could hear. So you only got 2 answers out of him. They asked that question. And this is an Astros guy. I know like OB sees all these games, so he'd be more educated on it. But he was almost asking him the question in a way that like he's played second base more this year than outfield. That was weird.
He was like, so what's the hardest part about like learning to play center field? It's like, what do you mean learning? Like, this is what this guy does. I know originally he was a shortstop all the way back in the day, but that was a long time ago. Credit to Dave O'Brien, who noticed it. Shit started going like a little haywire. He's like, you know what? We're done. Like sometimes you hear the broadcasting, they're like, we'll give him a minute and we'll come back to it. No, it wasn't working. It was awkward. Get the fuck out and move on.
They've had some awkward situations on Sunday Night Baseball where it's like, guys, punt it, get out. This is not working. Like no one can hear anyone. Just leave. Now, OB, I think, had a great series, honestly.
OB is a pro. I think instead of being like, no, we have to get the good shit, brother. He's just like, this is not good shit. Abort mission. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to have OB on the Roku broadcast, just to, you know, have that local flavor, that local pizzazz to it.
It's a sweet spot, like national voice. Like I feel like that's when Dave O'Brien's at his strongest.
It is. It's so true. Listening to him today, he felt like, I don't want to say more comfortable because he calls a bunch of Red Sox games, but like this is his zone. If it's a national audience, you want OB. That's the guy that should be in the seat. But I got to tip my cap. Got to pull a T here and tip my cap because in game 2, he was asking the right questions to Craig Breslow, and he just came out swinging. He's like, all right, Craig Breslow in the booth. What the fuck happened with Joe Ryan? I hear that you guys got close. You didn't pull it off. You suck. Your thoughts. That's basically how he phrased the questions. And he kept hitting them with it. And I know you only had Breslow for a short half inning there, but he was asking the right stuff and getting the answers you expect. Some people are getting upset at Breslow for that. Was he going to tell you exactly who was on the table for a hypothetical trade? Like, come on, that's not going to happen. Especially with, you're not going to tell guys that are in the organization you are about to get shipped out. But
Garcia, Coley, I put their names down. I told them to figure it out. They're still here, I guess, so we could figure it out with them.
It was funny because like after he didn't give the pieces for Joe Ryan, he then asked for the pieces for the other guys. So Merrill Kelly, let's just say like who would you get offered Arizona for Merrill Kelly? He's like, again, I can't be going into that, but I appreciate the question. Yada yada. Credit to Will too, because it's like you can't just be blitzing the guy the whole time. You got to ask about who's in house that you got from the deadline. But no, I think OB. And it shocks me every time he turns it up. When Breslow's in the booth, he's like, I'm coming after you, brother. And I give him credit for that.
The other one was here's the thing moment that people don't like get about OB. So he gets a lot of shit. I think 75% of the shit that he gets is you're not Don Orsillo, so fuck you. I think that's a good chunk of it. It's not all of it, but I think that's most.
Majority is fair. Yeah.
You never want to be the guy after the guy. You want to be the guy after the guy. You know what I mean?
The after the guy.
Yeah. You want to be the guy. You don't want to be the guy after the guy.
The guy. You want to be the guy. Yep.
Yeah. And yes, like I still think that, his wheelhouse is being the neutral national broadcaster. Like he does college basketball. He does a million different things. I think that that's his sweet spot, but people don't realize how much that he actually cares about win-loss. I think it's just ingrained in his brain that like, I cannot, like I remember like Jerry Remy, if someone fucked up a play, he'd be like, come on guys. Like he would outwardly be like, got to get that right. Can't make that mistake. And you could tell that it bothers him. Like OB actually does care win or loss, but he's not, it's his job to not care. So on the broadcast, he's not going to give that to you. But OB, the person, he's going to let you know, like, yeah, you don't think I want to call good fucking game? You don't think I want to call playoff baseball, caliber baseball, like down the stretch? Of course he cares. And I think, to Red Sox Twitter's credit, when he's had some good, like OB's been on a heater recently with his calls. No one is sitting there being like, it's not that good just because you're so pot committed to not liking the guy. Like, I think that there's a lot of people now, they're like, Obi's kind of cooking recently, like he's had some good calls. So like the tide has kind of turned on him. And you know what? Fascinatingly enough, You know when the tide started to turn on OB with the fan base? When the Red Sox started fucking playing good baseball.
Yeah.
Everyone's just miserable. Like, people hate us when the Red Sox are playing bad baseball. They're like, yeah, fuck them. The show sucks. They'll still listen to every goddamn episode, but then they're just more miserable and they complain about shit that doesn't need to be complained about. But when the Red Sox start playing good baseball and they start winning, it's like, these have been some good episodes. No, the Red Sox are just winning. That's it. It's the same fucking show. Same script, same fucking segments and
every word is scripted out. People don't know that. Like, this is written down right now. Like, Jared, that's a great point. I see that here. I think you wrote that. Yep.
I wrote that down. Yeah, we had that in the pre-show meeting. But yeah, it's funny how that works. When the Red Sox start winning and things start looking better for the future and for the hopes of having October baseball back in Boston, it's amazing what that does for people's approval of the content that they're consuming that surrounds the team. But I digress. I know that we're on a tight schedule. Steve has to leave in a little bit. Me and T are going to fucking ride it out until at least until 7 when he has to go pick up his sister or whatever the fuck he said.
Bro.
Me and Jake will finish this fucking thing if we have to. I don't give a fuck,
keep it rolling, dude.
Well, because I do want to get to some deadline stuff. I don't want to spend forever on the on the sweep. You know what I'm saying? Did you guys have any other thoughts on Saturday? I know it was it was a comfy game. It was a comfy game. It was nice. Like, the Christian Walker hit that mammoth home run. It was 2-0. I was like, oh fuck. Like, it's Walker Buehler. They're getting some swings off early that look pretty comfy. You don't want to fall behind like this. But then Romy, I mean, I don't know. It always fascinates me when they get the call wrong at Fenway. It's like, if it hit off the wall, it would just bounce off the wall.
Oh my God.
If it looks like physics. It skipped up the wall, then it had to have hit the shelf, which means it's a home run. It, like, to the naked eye, how are we fucking that up with 4 umpires? How are we not just,
at least kind of shot out, right? That one at least had a straight out. I think there's a lot of times where it does the boop, the double boop, and then goes
immediately, up. I was sitting to the left of the Red Sox dugout. Everyone circling. People in the Red Sox dugout circling. I was like, that's a home run to the naked eye from being eye level with the Sox dugout. Everyone was like, yeah, home run. We don't have to look at that. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
He did call that homer as well before the game. He told everyone in the dugout he was going deep on the first pitch.
Yeah.
There were 2 other things in that game. Steven Matz making his Red Sox debut. Good inning, topped out at 96. They seem to think there's a little bit more velocity-wise they can get out of him. Breslow mentioning they see him more of as a 7, 8, 9 guy. Felt like he was pitching in Brennan Bernardino's spot here. But still, I thought Matz looked pretty damn good. And Jorge Alcala doing it again, forcing Chapman into a game he does not need to pitch in. That's getting old.
I don't think he's... I don't think his job is safe here.
No, once Slaten's ready, he's going to be the next one knocked off. And I feel for Bernardino, who got
he was
option.
So good for a little bit, but...
He's a fine low leverage arm. I think that's what it is with a guy like that. And I feel for someone like Bernardino who threw 13 scoreless and then get option, but he's going to be back up at some point. The tough thing with Alcala is you won't have that same luxury, but we'll see when the time comes. A lot of injuries can happen between now and then.
The other thing from game 2 real quick, Hector Neris is a loser. There's been enough situations that he's just chirped somebody, or I remember he struck someone out a couple years ago and was yelling in their face and walking towards them. T, do you remember that? I forget who it was.
No, I do remember it.
It was way out of line. And then some of the people would come, oh, what, we can't celebrate? It's like, Jesus Christ, where do we draw the line here with the celebrations? That's when everyone was having that all debate. For him to flip out on Kyle Hudson, of all people, and you're doing the intentional balk, moving the guy to third. You're worrying about stealing signs. They're using the pitch comm, right? So is this just about glove movement and maybe giving away? We're talking about glove movement here. If you can pick up on glove movement, that's the most legal thing of all time. And I know I always shut out the radio broadcast, but I was listening to that with Will and Lenny, and they were all over it. Where it's I'm sorry, but that's the right way to play, is to be picking up on that stuff and to be relaying it to somebody out on the field. If you're not doing that, that's not cheating. That's just playing the game of baseball correctly. You're actually a moron if you're not doing that. If you're not looking to get an advantage in any possible way you can, that's not using technology or something, you're an idiot. And so for him to not know that, and I respect, who was it there? Why am I blanking? Walker, right? The first baseman who hit 80 bombs this weekend. Yep. He does a good job of going over and getting Neris and probably kind of walking him to the dugout. Because I'm sure the other guys.
It was Correa.
Okay, Correa did too. I'm sure the other guy's like, dude, this is like, what? We're going to yell at the third base coach for this? Credit to AC for coming out and doing the classic, get the fuck out of here. Just the little shoe thing. Like, that's the exact thing you should do in that situation. That was pathetic. I thought that was a low IQ baseball move to be chirping a third base coach. And chirping a third base coach in any scenario, like, grow up. That's a little thing. That's a little person thing to do. That is not like literally a little person, but like you are a lesser human if you're going to be chirping a third base coach. Grow up.
Yeah, Middlebrooks explained it perfectly on the TV side, where essentially if you're throwing a splitter a lot and he throws it 40% of the time, you go kind of deep in the glove. It's a little bit of a like more aggressive grip you got to put on the pitch. You can see it very easily from second base. And yeah, they were mad because Story was picking up on it and relaying it. That's the game. Like, I know people make the jokes all the time about Alex Cora cheating, but before any of that, what he was known for in the Red Sox dugout, even as a player, was his ability to see what a pitcher was tipping or doing different things. And I think now there's kind of a narrative that's been building from some people over the last couple months that, oh, the Red Sox are back to cheating. You had the Angels moment where they picked it up on Tyler Anderson, got into it before the game with Jose Flores. This is all legal stuff, seemingly, they're doing. I know some people thought the Romy moment with Jesus Luzardo, who's been a very heavy tipper this year in general, was another moment because Cora was going nuts like the minute Romy went deep. I don't know. There's no other proof to that either. But Alex Cora's skill, even if you go back to his time as a player, and Terry Francona used to highlight it all the time, he was great at watching the game and picking those things up. The fact that he's passing those things on to the team and guys out there, that tells me not only he's doing his job, but the players fucking care. They really want to go out there and win. Give me all of that. That's possible. Get in the, Nara's being in his head that much, you've already won. That's the game right there. He's panicking. He's freaking out. And it felt like that energy existed through the rest of the series, even to, Framber Valdez today. Like, make these teams uncomfortable. That's what you should do at Fenway Park.
And same with the fans. I mean, it's a great collection right now of like pick up on little things, capitalize on it, have a buzzy atmosphere at the park. Like those are the ingredients to teams that matter in October. It's funny because Neris thought he was doing something that he just wasn't. He thought he was like, I need to say something. No, you don't. Like there's nothing to say in that situation. That's absolutely ridiculous to think you have to cause that whole like benches clearing over that is one of the more pathetic things I've seen in a long time, honestly. And to do the intentional balk, to try to feel like you had to do that. I can't remember.
Kenley Jansen.
Exactly. Also, it's like normally an extra inning situation you'd see that. I just don't remember seeing that in like the 8th inning.
Kenley did it every fucking time there was someone on second base.
He was just trying to make history. He was trying to set the record for balks. But
he loves
that was pathetic. I thought that was Kyle Hudson laughing at him, correcting the do.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Let me stop you right there. We got to talk about Hims for 1 second. Summer's hotter weather is finally here, but don't let the hair loss make you sweat. Regrow hair with help from Hims. They provide access to personalized treatments that you can see thicker, fuller hair in just 3 to 6 months. It absolutely works. It's miracle treatment. I've seen it work firsthand. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted, clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil can stop hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Get started from the comfort of home. Fill out an intake, and medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to you for free. The process is 100% online, which means getting started has never been more convenient. No insurance is needed, just one low price. It covers everything from treatments to ongoing care, plus treatment options start at just $35 per month. Hims has helped hundreds of thousands of men get their confidence back with visibly thicker and fuller hair. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/section10. That is HIMS.com/section1010 for personalized hair loss treatment options. hims.com/section10. Shout out to Cameron, who was at Fenway Park. Dude wanted to go to Fenway Park, so we went to Fenway Park. He got some ice cream right away. For anyone who doesn't know who Cameron is, there was a video of him. He's 2.5, and he was like, I want to go to Fenway Park. And I was like, buddy, I want to go to Fenway Park. Let's go. So showed up, got some ice cream. Shout out to Pam, who works up in the Aura Club. Allie, who is like the head honcho up there in the Aura Club. Allie brought him over, got him some ice cream. Pam was like, "Hey, do you want to put on my World Series ring?" And he was loving it. We went down to the seats. we were over by the Sox dugout, and he was like standing on his chair, and he was like pretending to pitch whenever like Walker Buehler was pitching. And honestly, dude, this was not for the video. It was the Romy home run. So he was standing on his chair. Romy hit the ball, and he's 2.5 years old doing the home run like that. He's like, that's a fucking home run. He's 2.5. So he did that. And I mean, for 2.5, he hung in for the whole 9 innings. Like the only time he cried was when he saw Wally. He saw Wally and was terrified, started crying. He's like, get this guy the fuck out of there. But Wally and Tessie both have baseball cards, and they slid them under the thing. They were like, take the baseball cards. We'll revisit whether or not you like us in the future. Shout out Wally and Tessie. And then Colin, one of the clubbies who he sits on the bucket. Yeah. So he saw I texted him before the game. I was like, I never ask you. This is the only time I've ever asked you for a ball. I was like, make sure we get a ball. Like, we're going to make sure that Cameron goes home with the ball. So he tossed me one of the balls. Train's daughter actually caught it. Hands team plays softball. She was like, she got the ball. Gave it to Cameron. And then by the end of the game, I was like, all right, do you guys want to like take a picture? Like, I was just saying, like, go down to like the netting area. And then they were like, go in the field. You want to go in the field? We're like, yeah, let's do that. So we went on the field. He was having the time of his life. He was just kicking dirt around, like, and then he went in the dugout and took pictures, videos. Yeah. So shout him out, Cameron. And by the way, his parents were like, we're going to have him start watching the show now. And I was like, well, got to start him at, yeah. What?
He's going to start watching this show?
T's the reason why it's not age appropriate. I feel like any other,
Maybe Jake can make like a bleeped version, like a PG version.
We should
Jake
make
can
section
spend
10
25 hours trying to figure out how many bleeps he's got to put in.
We'll make section 10 for kids.
That would definitely be a different version. I think that show ends up actually being a clean 40, if we're being honest. I'm still in deadline mode where you look at your phone. I'm like, who are we getting?
Me too. I was like, what's about to go down?
It's literally Train's daughter being like, what's for fucking dinner? Train's at the Nelly concert tonight.
Of course.
So, yeah, I just got 2 FaceTimes and a text message. So somebody's hungry. Yeah. But you're going to have to wait because we're breaking down the series right now.
Jerry's for the kids. Fuck. Jerry's for the kids. I got to say, you're for the kids.
It's not so much the kids. It's for the people that I know will appreciate the experience. So it's not limited to just kids. It's people that I know that it would mean a lot to them if they got to experience something like that.
But I've seen enough
all ages.
I've seen enough instances now over the years where you'll actually go out of your way to be like getting that kid a ball, doing stuff here and there. Like it's noticeable and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's basically because I mean, like I never like forgot like what it meant to me when I was at any age and couldn't do it for myself. Because obviously, like for example, like I went to, and Steve, you would love this, Monday Night Raw, second row. I was 10 years old, 1999. 99. And that was the one time that, you know, it was sit as close as you possibly can. Like, holy shit, I'd never thought that I'd get to experience this. I remember what that feels like to this day. And as far as like Red Sox stuff, I remember like my first time like going up the ramp, seeing the Green Monster for the first time, like the first time that like the Red Sox gave me like 6 seats to like sit somewhere or whatever. Like I remember all those feelings. So it's pretty cool that because of our silly little podcast here, that I can give that feeling to someone that I know they would feel the same way that I did when I got to experience it the first time. So, I mean, it's not limited to 2.5-year-olds. Like there's adults that have never gotten to feel that before that I would like to give that experience to. And I do it as often as I can. I mean, I got fucking hungry kids here that I have that I have to get chicken fingers at the 99 for. And,
I'm doing good stuff for kids all the time. Like I'm getting.
You gotta take care of your house first, but like once that's taken care of, then you can do the other stuff. Yeah. Red Sox win 7-3.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, 7-3. I don't know how it was 7-3. Scoring 3 runs with 14 hits, absurd. But yeah, they somehow held the Astros to 3 runs.
Yeah. So I will say the energy in the ballpark on Saturday was really cool because I think because of cell phones and like everyone's online, everyone knew that the Yankees lost. And it was like, all right, like just like people were anxious to get the final out to be able to say we're in second place. People like players that come here, maybe they don't always love the Boston experience, but they'll never walk away from it saying like, what a dumb fan base. They'll be like, those fans know baseball. They care about baseball. They love it. And they're plugged in. Like to the conversation we had earlier, you don't need to tell the crowd. Like the video board doesn't need to let the crowd know when it's time to stand up and cheer and get loud and do all that shit. And like even on like the play where Hector Neris balked the runner over, like that's like, you know, that's not like a casual baseball play. But even just like the people around, they're like, oh, wow, like they must have thought that he was stealing. Like people know the game. Like that's fucking cool.
Most parks, by the way, aren't picking up on that. I think most are like, that's crazy. He dropped the ball. What did it? It's like no, that was intentional.
Did he steal third? Why did he run so slow? Like, yeah, it's like Boston. If you're from here and you've only ever been here and you've only ever known Fenway Park, don't take it for granted. Like it's one of the baseball havens. I'm not saying it's the only one. I'm not saying it's the biggest one, but it is one of the ones. So that to me stood out. Like people were into it and they were aware. They were aware that if we win this game, top wild card, second place, it didn't feel like, hey, another win in the middle of a series. It was like, no, this one's meaning something. And tomorrow is going to be even bigger if we can win that one and the Yankees lose again. And that's exactly how it played out.
The energy is noticeable. It is noticeable at Fenway. I know Cora mentioned it, and we talked about that, but like it's a different buzz when the team is playing games that matter. It doesn't even matter who's in the building. Like their schedule the rest of the way is like middle of the road in terms of how tough it is. I think the average winning percentage of everyone's around 500. So you have a couple good teams left, understandable. But I had tweeted this. A lot of people thought I was being cocky with this. I'm just being real. The Red Sox aren't going to approach any series they have left and be like worried about who they're going up against. I think they feel very comfortable with who they're playing, and they feel very comfortable playing at Fenway Park. It's been so long since that's actually been the case. I met, and I'm so upset I forgot his name, Jared. You know who I'm talking about. The home run point guy, the Slaten Rafaela home run point guy. Do you know what his name?
Beast.
Papal Beast. So met him.
I don't know what his
name
is in real life, but his Twitter is Papal Beast.
He's electric. Met him after the game on Friday, and he was just standing there next to one of those dudes that does all the drums outside Fenway, just with a big ass smile on his face. And this is a 162 guy. That's the difference right now. People are walking around Fenway, leaving the game, and there's a buzz. There's a tangible excitement that you just haven't had at this time of year. In 4 years, it's a long-ass time. I know we've talked about 21 since 21. We've been talking about 21 for a whole college career. It's been a long time since that team's been in the playoffs. So to get to this point now feels very rare, but I'm just excited about fans' excitement, if that makes any sense. It's just nice that people don't, to your point, Jerry, need to be told what's on the line here. Like we all know the deal. We all know the cards we got here, and you just hope that the Sox play them the right way and that they can maybe even win the damn division, man.
I need the crowds to go back to 2021. The fact that hopefully you're gonna get playoff baseball this year, and it's not gonna be too long after 2021. It would have been really uncomfortable for me if we got to a point where 2021 was so long ago that we sounded old, being like, "Those were the crowds. They got so loud. You should have heard it. You should have heard those crowds." Like so.
What it sound like?
All you have to. Those crowds. They were so loud in 2021. They were louder than any crowd in 2018. That's what we would have been sounding like if we had to pretty much wait any longer for playoff baseball.
This would be the first time in our life, I think, that that's this long stretch of no playoff baseball.
In 2021.
People didn't think those crowds were a thing or going to happen. You get to the playoffs, they came back. People didn't think the crowd was going to be that loud or you were going to hear Fenway like that. People were saying it was louder than any moment in 2018. You just have to get back there and you have to play good baseball at Fenway. When you've been under 500 the last 2 years at Fenway Park and now you're not, okay, you're back to doing what you need to do. That's why Alex Cora is going to keep hyping up the crowd. And that's why he challenged them a couple Fridays back when the Dodgers were here. He's trying to hit that button because the players are telling you too. We feel something different at Fenway. It energizes all of us. We're all buying in. And you're also watching young guys on the team experience it for the first time. And that can drive you on its own, especially when a lot of these younger guys are going to hit walls in September they've never hit before. You being loud at Fenway is something that might give them the extra 10% they need to get through that next month of the season.
That had to be the coolest moment of Roman's life. Maybe not, but like that's got to be up there.
He looked like it was nothing, like it was another day, and that's Roman Anthony.
I always wonder, like, what's it like under the hood with Roman? Like, what's going on in the internals? Because like he has a hit like that. I'm glad it was a hit, by the way, and not a sac fly. It just looks a little different when the ball lands. And he goes to second, flips the helmet up. It's like, what's going on? Shout out to Marcelo being the first one out there. That was a really cool moment. But he's unfazed, dude. I was thinking about this the other day when we had, or I guess a couple weeks ago, when we had Jaron on at the end of June. And, you know, doing the, whatever, Duran Day, when I put the photo collage up of whoever the guest is. And you see the progression of Jarren Duran, and you look at rookie Jarren Duran, and he looks like a twig. He looks like me compared to what Jarren is now in terms of the muscle department. Roman is already skipping that stage of like the rookie look. Like he just doesn't really have it. He just already looks like the guy that's in year 3 or 4. And I'm just talking like from a physical standpoint, but then how he's playing is also matching up with the guy that's been in the league for 3 or 4 years. Like I know we talk about him a lot, but he's worthy of being discussed this much for what he's doing so far. When he came up, I'm like, the game's over. And I know you only need a sac fly, and credit to Rafaela for doing the swinging bunt there. I don't really want to see Rafaela bunting again. I feel like that just looks irregular. It's probably something he doesn't practice that much, but yeah, the kid is as cool as possible, honestly.
Looks like a guy who has a 400 OBP since he debuted.
Yeah.
When's the last time you talked to him, Steve?
To Jarren?
No, Roman.
When the last time I talked to Roman?
Yeah.
Is this a trick question?
No, dude. Answer the fucking question. When's the last time you talked to Roman?
Talked to
Spring
Roman?
Training?
Spring training. Yeah, spring training. Yeah.
Why, what's up? Like, I'm just saying, we talked to him in AA. We talked to him in AAA. We talked to him in spring training before the season started. Yeah. And I've talked to him after his call up, and his demeanor has never changed.
Yeah.
He's always just like, yeah, just going to show up, and like he's not rattled by anything. The moment's not too big for him. And you can't say that about every like top prospect that comes up. Like some guys get rattled, and especially in a big market, you know, like he does not like, you know, cower at the size, the magnitude of the opportunity that lies before him.
The reason you kind of tricked me there is because he doesn't just talk much in general. I feel like he's a dude that just wants to show up to the park and play ball, honestly. Like when he's doing the media stuff,
I talk to him every time I see him.
Yeah, there you go. But I mean, you talk to a lot of people there.
Yeah, but like there are people that aren't as chatty.
Yeah. And I
like
think
there are people that'll just give you the hey, what's up? But like Willier's not chatty. But Roman, like he'll talk. But
yeah, I don't think our relationship to that. We're at the head nod stage. We're at the nod stage, which is cool. Yeah, I'm not like having long combos with Roman Anthony. I do with Jarren. That's about it.
You need to branch out more. Roman is he's very friendly.
Yeah, true. I just never really want to bug these guys when we're down there. It's the head nods. Like Crochet's been really nice. He's always been like, "What's up, boys? How we doing?"
Well, you got to know when is like you gotta know the face of like I gotta go do something.
Oh, I know.
Like yeah, I've got a second.
Yeah, you can tell when they got to do stuff. You look at the feet. How quick are the feet moving? There's a specific pace. But no, Roman's ready, dude. He's and when he came up, and I'm not just being like, oh, I had a great point when he came up. I just didn't think they were calling on him to save the team. I think they knew he was ready to be who he is. Maybe not to this
level. He was ready on
opening
day. He was ready on opening
day.
No,
100%. But like,
100%
there's a difference between like save us and like, no, this is your time. Like we think you can be great. And they put him in any spot in the lineup and he thrives. So I'm not worried about him at all.
28 OPS.
That's
He's
absurd.
10th in OBP since he came up. He has a 133 WRC plus. Last year, Rafael Devers was a 135. And he's only hit 2 homers, so that's how ridiculous his on-base skills are.
That's the most impressive part. It's not like he's just hitting a bunch of bombs. Yeah, it's true. He's getting on base like crazy. And when he's on those graphics with like Soto and stuff, it's not weird. It doesn't feel like he doesn't belong there. He already feels like he belongs at 21.
He also has been impressive defensively. If you think in your head, like, there was the one moment in right field right when he debuted where the ball skipped, whatever. After that, he has 5 defensive runs saved in right field. 5.
Yeah.
3 outs above average. Like, it's 0 in left field, and he's learning it, but he hasn't been a minus anywhere.
And there's no panic energy in any situation. It could be a walk-off situation. It could be in the field. I know he lost the ball in the sun in this series, and he didn't start doing what the hell, and no offense to Christian Arroyo, but he didn't start doing the whole, like, what's going on here? He just, finds it again, catches it. I think he kind of looked at Duran briefly and then just kind of moves on. So nothing is a big deal for him, which is great.
What was I going to say? You're not concerned about the lack of home runs, are you? Because I'm not.
No. I definitely think it was something talked about in the minors at times where the ball, you want it to lift a little bit more, but I am 100% confident he's going to get to that point. Right now, he's already shown to be the best hitter on the team, or at least 1A, 1B with Alex Bregman. The power will come. He's an on-base machine. The approach is what it is. Just give it a little time. Not everyone comes in. Like, there's certain parts of your game that may take a little bit longer to develop or whatever it may be. The homers are going to come for Roman Anthony. But if he's already being this much of an impact hitter, trust me, you don't have a ton to worry about.
He hit a 500-foot home run before he got called up. Like, no, that's it. Like, someone asked me if I was concerned about his power the other day, and I laughed. I thought they were joking. And they're like, well, like, what's so funny? And I was like, he hit a 500-foot home run. Like, yeah, but he only has 2 home runs. It'll come. Like, he's a rookie. Like, no, I'm not. Yeah. If we were in year 3 and he has 5 total big league home runs, I'd be like, oh shit, not the player I thought we were getting. But no, I think the power is undeniable. T, let me ask you this. Same conversation. What can I expect from Roman Anthony? Who's the player comp? And I said, I think that Roman Anthony is what we thought Grady Sizemore was going to be, but like better. Is that wrong?
I wasn't prime Grady Sizemore years. In my head, I looked at Grady Sizemore. I was like, Gold Glove center fielder. I don't know athleticism wise if I'd ever throw that on Roman Anthony. I think he could handle center, and I think he could win a Gold Glove in a corner for sure, especially if he's in left field. But I think bat wise, to me, the comps I've gone to, it's Christian Yelich, and I think it's like prime Christian Yelich before a lot of the back stuff started popping up, or Kyle Tucker. I think that's the kind of player, but even Kyle Tucker might be a little more athletic, especially in terms of stealing bags. But that's where I land. But I don't think Grady Sizemore is crazy. I think Grady Sizemore maybe was a little bit more athletic.
I even said like Brian Roberts, but as a corner outfielder. I'm talking like the offensive expectation.
Yeah.
Like a shit ton of doubles, high on base.
I think Roman's going to be a 30, 35 home run guy. I just think we're working on the launch angle.
Favorites, the 30-100 guys. I think he's going to be right in that ballpark.
He will be that guy. And right now, like the launch angle sweet spot, it's just around league average. It's 34.9%. This was something people did expect would take a little time for him, and it will come. The home runs are going to come in bunches as well. If you told me he finished this year with more than 10, I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 8 over the course of the next 8 weeks. I think it's just a matter of time with him.
Do you think he could be an 80 extra base hit guy?
Yeah. I think he is that special. I think this is a guy
30, 40, 10?
Yeah. I don't think that's crazy at all.
I don't think so either. Steve?
Question for T, and this just could be for the floor here, but I feel like T probably has the best chance of knowing. For Baseball Savant, when does it like become... Is it just qualified? Is that why it's not like the actual...
That's it.
Okay, that's it? Okay. I didn't know if it was like a certain amount until they're like, okay, you're a real player. Because I hate that his are like kind of faded lines. It's like, just show us what the percentiles are. I don't like
So
that.
What the best way to do it is to just look up, if you're on Roman Anthony Savant page and you want to see where he ranks, just go to the leaderboard and match up the number with what he has. Okay. And that's where you can see where he ranks. Like average exit velocity, that has to be 99th percentile. It's 94.3. The hard hit percentage is right there. Like I said, the launch angle sweet spot, kind of middle of the pack.
Oh, so you're saying where the bar is, just like where that would be if it was a real page type of deal?
Yeah, that's it too.
Okay.
Like, definitely the way you see it is where it would rank. It's just you're not going to get the exact, percentile little bubble that we usually see.
That is kind of annoying. And I get what they're doing. It's like you shouldn't earn that unless you've actually played enough. But there should be an in-between of not needing MLB qualified stats versus like you've played enough that you can get into some of these discussions. But either way, it's bloody. It's very red, as you would imagine.
It's bloody. I like that. I like that phrasing a lot. Yeah. Big win today. 6-1. Putting up they kind of just like were pesky against Framber. Is that the right word?
Yes.
Yeah. Framber was definitely rattled. He was not himself at all.
They didn't do damage. It was kind of like, I'm going to drop down a bunt. I'm going to have, there was like a swinging bunt situation. There was a real bunt situation. Yeah, it was, dare I say, it was a little odd to, score your runs that way.
Put the ball in play with guys on, and good things happen.
Good things happen. Good things.
That was scary. If you told us with this situation of Valdez on the mound, all right, guys, the Sox are going to score in 1 inning today. All good. Won the series. Valdez shoved. It's cool. I know you win 6-1. Okay, yeah, that sounds great too. Thanks, appreciate it.
When Carlos Correa hit that home run, I was like, 2 out of 3 is not bad, man.
I'm thrilled. I was like, series over. It's all good. We're doing catch up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I'm happy with 2 out of 3.
Ball was smoked.
But yeah,
I think that was the only like bad pitch he had all day. Everything else was spotted perfectly.
Yeah. The only thing on Giolito, the velocity was down a half a tick or more. That's something I think should be monitored as we go down the stretch here, because coming off elbow surgery, through 130 innings in 2023, what does it look like? High intensity games, getting towards the end. How many bullets is he going to have? That rings very loudly for him and Crochet in my ear, and Garrett Whitlock out of the bullpen as well.
Jerry,
I think Lucas Giolito deserves a lot of praise. What? You're going to say something, Steven?
Well, I just say I got to hop. This is the hopping off the train episode. For
where are you going?
You know where I'm going.
Face?
Yep, I'm going to go suck face. It's going to be great. And
do I know
can't
where
wait.
you're going?
What's up?
Where are you going?
Oh, I told you. Check your phone. But I got TS10 for the MVP. I got Sox winning 2 out of 3. And then my final thought is shout out to Hunter Knoll. Hunter Knoll, coolest dude ever. We hung out with him after the game on Friday. Super chill guy, big supporter of the 10.
And tell me?
And yeah, he's the best. So that was really cool.
Where'd you
Hope
tell
to see
me
you again
that?
soon, Hunter. You're the man.
What did you say? Did he leave?
He's dead. Steve has passed.
He didn't tell me. I just looked at the group text and my own text messages with just Steve. He did not tell me.
I got a date vibe. Feels like he was a little nervous, a little excited energy, but, didn't want to.
I remember when people used to prioritize this show. I remember when it was important to people,
That's why I'm here. This is like the old days. This is like 2022.
In 17 minutes.
Hey, we're not there yet.
I mean, it's going to end up being just me and Jake at one point.
I think we can get to 7 and wrap this thing. There's no look ahead for weather, so let's knock that out. Steve abandoned the segment.
That's true. It's a good point. That's actually a really good point.
We've done Clark's very fast recently, and I don't think there's a lot of debate for this one either.
There's not, but you know what? Steve didn't give his vote.
He just did before he left. I think you were so worried about the text.
He did?
Yeah.
What did he say?
TS10.
Oh, okay. All right.
Already?
What do you mean already? We just fucking did 2.5 hours on the fucking series. What are you talking about?
You said you wanted to talk about the deadline real quick.
Can we not do that after?
I don't know. Jake, you tell me. Jake would agree with me.
You were the one who just asked for catch-up.
All right, go fuck yourself. This really is like the old days. Go to catch-up.
T, what do you want to do? You want to talk about the series, then you want to talk about the deadline, then you want to do catch-up?
I'm an idiot, okay? I'm stupid.
I know
it does
that.
sound dumb.
Jesus Christ. Clark's Catch-Up Series MVP is brought to you by Clark's Catch-Up Drizzle. That catch-up, did the Clark's Catch-Up theme song start with Name Redacted?
No, I don't think so. I think that was all part of Section 10 returning.
What?
Because we were really into like the music and audio bits last like spring.
Yeah, but I remember the Clark's Catch-Up theme song existing, and then we had to like play it for Steve for the first time.
Maybe. I don't know. That whole era at the end is very foggy to me because we did record Name Redacted until spring training, like before Section 10 came back.
Yeah.
So that year and last year do mix a little bit in my head.
I think that because I remember being like, Steve, did you listen to the old podcast? So you've never heard the Clark's Catch-Up theme song? Like it was a big thing to like do the reveal for Steve, but it was not a reveal for Coley.
Yeah, maybe you're right. That's very fair. I don't know. It's all blacked out in my head. I don't remember it.
Yeah. It is bizarre.
It kind of blows my mind that we used to do 2 hours, just me and you all the time.
All the time, yeah. Just me and
Jake.
And Jake.
Guiding me through life.
Yeah.
And Pat. And Pete.
I mean, Pat popped in. He was barely there. Pete was like a special attraction. Pete was like, I am very interested in the Red Sox right now, so I want to talk Red Sox. Pat was like, you're my friend, so I'll do you this favor and be there, you know?
I did enjoy him showing up without
you know,
watching the games.
Pete would be like, you know, I've been watching some Sox and now I want to get my thoughts out. So he would come back. Yeah.
Congrats, Pete, on getting married.
Yeah, we need to get an update with Pete. We need to have because he did say he's been tweeting Sox a little bit.
A lot.
Yeah. So maybe we need to get Pete to be like, we just need like his thoughts.
I need you, Pete.
Yeah, the Pete B and Pat L spinoff show would also be great. We need to deliver on that at some point. But all right. Who did Coley say he voted for?
TS10.
TS10. Steve, TS10. I'm going TS10. Jake?
I'm going TS10.
Tyler?
Yeah, I'm also TS10. I put it out on Twitter right after the game ended. But everyone's going to mention the home run in the second game. Obviously, a couple big hits today as well. I think that play in the 10th inning on Friday was a massive play. Massive, and it kind of controlled how the entire series went there. And he just seems to be the leader again and again after the game, saying, we believe in each other as a group. We're happy the core is here. Every time you put a mic in front of his face, he says the right thing. That stands out in a major way.
We're in the hurry up offense right now to get some fucking trade deadline takes out here. Hogdale, I'm sorry. I'm moving to like 30 seconds.
Trevor Story, TS10.
Okay.
Wow. Good job. Through, man. He's been hitting bombs recently.
Yeah.
He's been getting clutch RBI hits when needed. He's going oppo. He's pulling the ball. He's beating out throws in the infield. He's doing everything. Playing solid defense as well. He's addicted to catch-up. I swear, like he's gotten plenty of MVPs this season, and he deserves another one. So Trevor Story is getting my Clark's Catch-Up Series MVP vote. Love y'all. Have a great one.
Thank you, Hogdale.
Trevor Story leads all of baseball, or the American League, in RBI since June 1st. Second in all of baseball, tied with Eugenio Suarez.
Shit. Jemai Webster. Let's go, Trevor True Story. TC. TS motherfucking 10. Middlebrooks. T Story 10. This might be a sweep.
I really don't know anyone else who would be pushing. Criswell and Giolito like knocked themselves out essentially.
Yeah. OB. Dave O'Brien said, I'll go Story again. Okay. I think that brings us to Will Flemming. This is the first solo Will Flemming audio submission in a long time.
Oh, my.
Oh, wait. I forgot Lou.
Oh, no.
I'm just used to him being a part of it. Lou just said story. Okay.
Also made Hector Neris cry. You get points for that, too.
He did what?
He made Hector Neris cry.
Lou Merlone did?
No, Trevor Story.
Oh, the fuck?
It's true. It's so true. When they do you like that, what else can you do?
What the fuck is up, fellas? That's a little Texas flavor. We're not infringing on any copyrights. Red Sox sweep the Houston fucking Astros. They've won 7 of 8, blowing by the New York Yankees, chasing the Toronto Blue Jays. It is fucking great to be with you guys. If I'm being honest, I'm a little rattled right now because I'm in a cold streak. Unlike the Red Sox, my feel for these catch-up MVPs has been a little bit off, and I'm willing to take a full-on mea culpa, and I just got to be better. I mean, you guys are allowed to be wrong when you're wrong. It's fine. What a fucking week. What a series. The drama around this team with the trade deadline coming and going. I'm sure you've spent the whole show talking about that. There's no other word to use other than special with what's going on right now. The feeling around this team, the energy that they have to come out of that gauntlet with the great teams in the National League, to kick the shit out of the Twins, to come here, sweep the Houston Astros. Absolutely remarkable. I want to begin my catch-up submission with a special shout-out to Jimmy Polino, who runs the Players Lot. He lost his mom, Elizabeth. Jimmy is the best Red Sox fan I know. He is in some ways one of the real heartbeats of the Red Sox organization. He lives and dies with it. And we had him on for the 4th inning today. And the minute he came in, Anthony doubles, and here comes 6 runs for the Red Sox. So Jimmy and the dearly departed Elizabeth Polino, we love you, and thanks for everything that you do. Roman Anthony continues to be spectacular. Lucas Giolito today was unbelievable. They get packets and packets galore. There have been so many people. Romy Gonzalez continues to roll. I'm going to stick with it, guys. I keep telling you this. The most important, consequential person on this team is the guy who plays shortstop. And the play he made with the infield end, the leap throw home, the big homer to stretch the lead yesterday, the hit to tie the game today, the base running, the leadership, the poise. Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I am, you guys are absolutely fucking insane, because the Clark's Catch-Up Series MVP is Trevor motherfucking Story.
That's correct. Sure is, Will Flemming. It sure is. I wish there were other people here that would be able to tell us how many catch-ups that is for TS10. I don't know. I'm sure we're going to get that information to you on social media. But it's another, I know he's got multiple. It's another Clark's Catch-Up Series MVP for Trevor Story in 2025. That's, it's got to be 4?
4? Nope, might be 5.
Ooh.
We have one against the Yankee series, and I'm doing this just on Twitter, so please tell me if I'm wrong. Yankee series, Brave series, that's 2023. We have the National series, and we have the White Sox series. So this would be 5.
Wow. 5 catch-ups for Trevor Story, TS10. Congratulations. This is a guy that some idiots said he could be slinking his way to a DFA, and now he's got 5 catch-ups.
It pains me because I was like such a Trevor Story truther to some degree over the offseason. And then I jumped off, man. I thought in mid-May, I was like, I have never seen someone look so lost. And those at-bats, Alex Cora looked like he couldn't justify him. Trevor Story got to the point where he's like, I don't have anything else I can fix. I just need to try and be an athlete. And then you see what he's done since June 1st. It's been incredible. It's exactly what this Red Sox team needed, essentially at a point where Bregman was down and someone had to be that leader. He has been that guy in every fucking way, and he's on his way to a 3 or 4 win season. And now the whole opt-out conversation becomes interesting again.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess
I guess no one did their fucking prediction, so I guess we can talk trade deadline for the time that you have left.
Yes,
let's
do it.
What do you got, T?
My outlook on the deadline?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I gave it a D if you're looking for like a letter grade or something like that. And to me, it's not about Joe Ryan. It isn't. Or Sandy Alcantara or whoever it may be. There's a reason why the Red Sox were pushing so heavily. And I never looked at it as Craig wasn't willing to bend on a certain prospect or something like that. We get it. A lot of these teams, they don't like to deal control starters, especially top of the rotation ones at the deadline. There's a reason why Dylan Cease didn't get moved a couple of years ago. Garrett Crochet. They know you get to the offseason, more teams get involved. More teams have flexibility. You have something you're trying to prove over the offseason. Something over the last 2 months, how you get out of the postseason may impact what you want to do that following offseason. But it wasn't about not getting a Joe Ryan or a Sandy Alcantara, who either one I would have been thrilled with. Obviously, Joe Ryan's an even different level, and we know how much Craig loves him. But to me, the biggest mistake or the biggest thing you can criticize is the fact that they weren't able to escape the tunnel vision of getting one of those deals done. Because when those teams kind of played you and were more just kind of figuring out how far you were willing to go, and if you'd put this God offer on the table that, you just simply couldn't afford to do, but you were so desperate for it, maybe then they would have accepted it. But letting rentals that would have made a lot of sense for you, like a Josh Naylor, Abraham Toro, I know it's nice that he homered the other day, sub 600 OPS over his last 30 games. But Josh Naylor not going for a serious, package. Eugenio Suarez. The Mariners got those two guys without giving up anyone in their top 10. They also got Caleb Ferguson at the deadline too. You went and got Steven Matz, who I think is fine. Look good. We know it's a .313 batting average against righties. So dominant against lefties. A little scary when he has to face a righty. Dustin May. That to me, I don't know if you want to call it an exact panic move, but the fact that was the last thing you kind of had, it didn't make sense to me to go get a guy who you just look at what he's kind of done over the years, even in terms of workload. It hasn't been very much. He hasn't thrown, 100 innings in a season since 2019. And that was between the majors and minors. When you were, in Craig Breslow telling people, including Rob Bradford, we want someone who can start a playoff game. We want an impact starter, not a depth starter. Well, you got a depth starter in Dustin May, someone who was getting kicked out of the Dodgers rotation when they already have a rotation on the IL. It's very similar to James Paxton in certain ways a year ago, where you picked up the guy the Dodgers no longer needed. And I think Dustin May has more potential there, more stuff, but the injury history is just as bad. And he's not quite the arm that once was, close to 100 and pumping it by everyone. He leans very heavy into the sweeper today at 41%. I expect the Red Sox are going to make some adjustments with him. But when you kind of go out there and say you want someone who can start a playoff game, you talked about wanting to get a bat and you don't get that. And then you get a very mediocre starter and some relief help. I don't think anyone's going to be overly impressed. And the way they were talking about it after the deadline passed, I think told you as much. I think it kind of really described how disappointed they were because they thought they were going to get a Sandy or a Joe Ryan. The truth was you could have gotten one of these rentals, whether it was even someone like Merrill Kelly, who did not go for a ridiculous amount. He went for number 9, number 14, and number 16 in the Ranger system. And they pushed over the luxury tax to do it. So it's awesome to chase the big fish, but you got to make sure you don't settle and you get something when you're doing that kind of stuff. And when all the teams around you got better, whether it was the Blue Jays with Shane Bieber, whether it was, say what you will about the Yankees, that bullpen should be better with due time. I know Duvall, Bednar, Bird, you can laugh at them now, but they made their moves. Even you kind of go beyond that and like the Mariners, what they did, and the Rangers, who now have DeGrom, Evaldi, and Kelly at the top of a rotation. That's terrifying to think about matching up against that. That feels very Jordan Montgomery from them a couple years ago. So tough to see the teams around you seemingly get better and that you were so focused on the big fish that you didn't make sure to get what you were kind of targeting in the first place, even if it wasn't the controllable piece you exactly wanted. To me, that screams a young CBO that's still learning. He got played a little bit by the Twins and the Marlins in this scenario. And for all you people wondering where Theo was, he was in the room, according to reports. So tough. Seems like a learning moment for Craig. But at the same time, I think this team is very talented. And as we've seen in the series, it doesn't mean they can't make a playoff push, but it's tougher when the teams around you got the reinforcements you didn't.
Yeah. You got anything you want to ask me?
When you look at what happened with Craig at the deadline and how things kind of played out, what do you think was the biggest flaw in his approach? Why do you think we're sitting here and we're disappointed on August 3rd?
It's a good question. Okay. So here's why sometimes this job sucks, is because you have someone in the fan base's crosshairs and you want to like join them and be this united front. Like Craig Breslow fucked everything up, and like they want scorched earth, they want the fire, they want the passion. But I think particularly with the Joe Ryan, because I saw the thing, what was it, Bob Nightingale had the thing about how no teams want to deal with the Red Sox because of Breslow.
Ken Rosenthal said the offer was feeble.
Yeah, so like Rosenthal was wrong. It wasn't feeble, just talking to people that were in the room. It's like if they feel the truth is always somewhere in the middle. It's the Twin side of things. It's the Red Sox side of things. The Red Sox will tell you, like, we did everything we fucking could. Like, we put whoever on the table. We told them to fucking pick whoever you want. Here, no one is off limits.
There's a report out there saying they chose to essentially, you had to pick 2 out of 3 of Toley, Garcia, and Arias. To me, I would have made all 3 available. Toley is very uncomfortable for me, but that's what you're hearing, right?
I think they did. Yeah, I think they did. So to me, it came off very much like the Twins were using this deadline to see how far teams would go. I think
last year the White Sox wanted Marcelo or Roman for Crochet. Remember? That was like the standard they were setting.
Right. And then you get to the offseason and you get to keep all the guys that you want to keep. The Twins obviously are a different organization, so who knows? But yeah, like in people are, oh, you're just, you're trying to defend, like what do I have to defend Craig for? I want the Red Sox to win. I clearly wanted Joe Ryan. So if I didn't get that, I would be the first person to go scorched earth if I felt like that was necessary. But in just talking to people who are directly involved in all this shit, I'm like, oh, so the Twins kind of played you guys then. It wasn't like the Red Sox were like, hey, here's some cheap ass offer that clearly isn't going to get it done. And then it didn't get done. That's not what happened. The Red Sox were like, you tell us, dude, like, what do you want? And we'll figure it out.
That was the problem, right? Where they never said, do this and it's done. They just kept saying, well, we need more. And there was never the line.
The Twins were, according to what I heard, the Twins were never like, all right, it's this, and this. Sound good? It was like they never got specific with it. They were just like, that didn't work. That doesn't work for us, So it's very hard for me to be like, how the fuck couldn't they get this done? And it again, like if the information came back that like when Heim fucked up the 22 deadline, we were all over it. We were like, what do you mean you didn't get under the luxury tax? And you had a deal in place for JD Martinez and you didn't get that done. And like this
Mark Vientos potentially being a player that was coming back.
Like all the information that was coming back on that was, yeah, like you fucked it up and I'm mad. This one was certainly not the outcome that any of us wanted, but when you hear about how the Twins were playing ball, it's like, well, yeah, no shit, you didn't get Joe Ryan. Like that, it didn't feel like the Twins were serious about it. And that
falls on Craig. Like that's not knowing you're getting played in that moment.
Sure,
yeah, they're trying to use you to figure out essentially what they're going to ask for over the offseason.
And you have to have a better backup plan than Dustin May.
Yes. That's where to me, it's like you have 6 assistant GMs plus Brian O'Halloran. Man, it should not be that hard to multitask a lot of these things. And with Theo in the room, right? Like that feels like where Theo should hopefully kind of help with some of that stuff. Right. But at the same time, people are going to make mistakes. It did stick out to me that Cora was in the room too. He said he had never done that before. I don't know if that was a Breslow thing. I don't know if he asked to be in there. But that's a nice change to hear that Cora's never been in the room for something like that. And not that he was doing a ton, at least according to reporting, but he was there for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. They were just, people were talking about Yandy Diaz. Why didn't you get Yandy Diaz? You didn't address first base. I mean, the ask was fuck you. Like that, the player that the Rays wanted in return for Yandy Diaz was the Rays' way of saying, "Go fuck yourself." Like, not only are we not trading him, but we're just gonna spit in your face while you ask.
Which is okay. Like, that happens. It's like, all right, then why couldn't you land Suarez, who you're in on, or Naylor when they're not giving up top 10 prospects? And maybe it would have been a Connolly earlier or David Sandelin that you had to do to make that deal. Same for Merrill Kelly, but that's where the attention goes. We understand controllable guys are not easy to acquire at the deadline. But then there's Ryan O'Hearn. Like, we know the Red Sox liked Ryan O'Hearn. You can't spend time looking for a bat and then you kind of throw your hands up and say, like, we didn't even get anything. We didn't even find like a lottery ticket option, because it feels like it puts the pressure on Christian Campbell. And I think, hopefully, as long as this injury for Campbell doesn't turn out to be big, it feels like we might see him a lot sooner than later. And that makes me nervous, because it finally feels like he's looking like himself. If they're going to get Joe Stinks and Garcia time at first, only really makes sense if Campbell's no longer down there.
I wanted to make this point. I don't care if I get called corporate Carabas for it. I'm sure I will, but it's just the truth. Outside of JP Sears, who Mason Miller was the focal point of that trade, obviously, no controllable starters got moved. None.
Mitch Keller, Edward Cabrera,
Alcantara,
Mitch
Cabrera, Keller, Ryan, Soriano. Like, that's it. None of them. So that's kind of like what I keep coming back to is, like, if you're pissed about the trade deadline and not getting a starter to go behind Garrett Crochet, like, oh, did you want Merrill Kelly? Okay, then
yes.
We can talk Merrill Kelly. We can talk Merrill Kelly like that. You know, that might have been a miss. How
about even Charlie Morton, who didn't go for a top 30 guy, but somehow you paid your 10 and 30 for Dustin May? Like, that to me screamed, fuck, we don't have, this deal might not get done. We like Dustin May. We see things. Fucking just pay the price, because we're running out of time here if we're going to get any kind of arm. Like, why else would you pick?
The panic pivot was not good. But
yeah, I think that's the biggest concern.
But I think I'm with you. I give the trade deadline a D, if not an F. Like, it's a straight up F. But I don't think it's for a lack of effort. And I think they targeted the right guy and they just didn't get it done. Like, that's why it's an F. But like, the approach of, like, we want Joe Ryan, we're going to go all in on this dude. And I don't know. It doesn't sound like the Twins, after trading everyone, they just were not going to trade Joe Ryan after, you know, a 45-minute conversation. Which I guess to me makes me feel better about a trade this winter. But what if they just pay Framber Valdez?
That's what's coming to me. If Craig Breslow sits there and he's like, these people fucked me so beyond bad. They played this entire game with me where we're talking. I think a deal is going to get done. Michael King, Framber Valdez, like, Zach Gallen really doesn't fit in. Dylan Cease. Like, wouldn't you rather just pay one of those guys than Joe Ryan's going to be 30 next year? Like, I know that sounds crazy. In most baseball fans' mind, you don't think Joe Ryan 30. You think, 27, 28. No, Joe Ryan's not young. So, like, and it's 2 years after this. Like, doesn't that kind of ring in your head a little bit? Like, if you're paying a guy in free agency who's 30, 31, what's the difference?
But Joe Ryan's so fucking good, dude. I would trade for him and pay him. I would. And I bet you he'd do it. And there might, like, we were talking about this on Baseball is Dead, there might even be like a little bit of after the reports that players are pissed, like we didn't know you were selling like that. Mm-hmm. Joe Ryan's got enough stroke in this league to be like, get me the fuck out of here, man. Like, don't send me to slaughter next year. I don't want to fucking be here anymore.
10 of 26 players on the roster gone in one swing like that.
Yeah. So
Griffin Jacks, Brock Stewart. Griffin Jacks was another one where I was like, I don't know if you have
Red Sox wanted him too.
Yeah, like, that to me would have been a perfect kind of plug-in for that bullpen. Because with Chapman likely being gone next year, you really do need to figure out who's the closer of the future. But Dylan Cease and Joe Ryan will be the same age next year.
I would rather trade it for Joe Ryan and pay him than just pay Dylan Cease.
Yeah, that's a fascinating conversation. Now, at the same time, Joe Ryan's only going through ARB the next 2 years. That's going to be cheaper than Dylan Cease, who's probably going to get 25 to 30 million. And depending on how he finishes the year.
I'd feel more comfortable just paying Joe Ryan. Trading
over
for
Framber Valdez too?
No, Framber I would be happy to pay him. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, if you watch the stream, by the way, like it feels weird because I already it's been a few, like 4 days now at this point, so like I'm not as like fired up about it. Especially coming off a sweep of the Astros. But if you watch the stream, we had it all. We had Steven Matz. We had that on the podcast the night before. And then we had Dustin May. I was like, hey, how do you guys feel about Dustin May? Oh, why? Oh, no reason. So there was someone that had reached out and was like, there's one deal done and there's a big one in the works. And then the one done ended up being Dustin May. And the big one in the works was Joe Ryan. And people were attributing like what I said. Like I said, I tweeted it was on the 5-yard line. That was in response to John Morosi's report that like it was close or something.
I also think like you said, the Red Sox side versus the Twins side, right? And like from the Red Sox perspective, that's what it seems like they thought. And then on the Twins side, they're laughing at you because they seemingly never took you that serious.
Or they just had no intention at all. Like their thought process was probably, if they're this desperate now, they'll be this desperate this winter. And, you know, they're not it's not a rental player. So like, obviously they like them long term. Like the conversations can pick up this winter. We're not in a hurry to trade our now remaining best player on the roster. And we just want to see how far you would go. And I think the Red Sox would go to any length, not any length where they would make a trade that was stupid. But I think players maybe that fans had previously thought were unavailable were very much available.
I'll also add on the Craig Breslow front. It feels like the conversation around him is very weird. It's very like kind of one direction, one day, like the other direction. Craig Breslow has made a lot of good baseball moves since he came here. Like you can talk about last year and whether you want to highlight the Tyler O'Neill move or whatever it may be. Lucas Giolito obviously coming back this year and doing his part. You also had the Vaughn Grissom stuff last year, so I understand that. You look at what he did this past offseason. He nailed every move he made, including finding a gem like Carlos Narvaez, Chapman turning into the best reliever in baseball, arguably, Justin Wilson coming here and being a weapon from the left side, something they didn't have for quite some time, right? Obviously, right. Walker Buehler was a miss, but you get Garrett Crochet, who is everything we ever dreamed of being a Red Sox ace. Alex Bregman coming here and getting the deal on your terms, not to the contract that he initially was kind of shooting for. Now, I disagreed very heavily with the Rafael Devers trade. I still do. To me, Craig Breslow, you can highlight a lot of the good moves.
Still disagree with it?
With the Rafael Devers trade, yes. But I think you look at everything, especially with the return and what that's looked like, and we have yet to see what you've done with the financial flexibility you've gotten. But I think for Craig Breslow as a whole for me right now, you also have to realize, yep, there's a lot of good baseball moves. He's also made a lot of mistakes you expect from a young CBO, and that's something the Red Sox chose to accept when they hired him, because they chose potential over someone being fully confident and ready for the position. So you get the best of both. You get some of the great signings that you can acknowledge and tip your cap to. You've also gotten points where he miscommunicated heavily with the franchise player, ultimately resulting in you having to trade for him and not getting anything back that seemingly is super valuable or, making you better in 2025 on its own. And then you have the trade deadline where you got played by CBOs or GMs that are more advanced, have put more time in than you. Well, you can actually, with Peter Bendix, like really what's the difference? But maybe spent more time in a front office, I guess would kind of be the argument. Even the decision to force Christian Campbell onto the opening day roster when he wasn't ready. Maybe offensively you can say he was and things went downhill. Defensively, he was never ready. And that led to this whole Devers Bregman thing. So you got to look at it. I think it's a very nuanced conversation on Craig Breslow. I think he is a good baseball mind. I think there's communication issues he's still learning about. I think, as you saw in this situation, some really rough luck and rough reading of the room where he kind of got exposed a little bit. But that's it. And you can't really even grade a trade deadline until the end of the year. Maybe Dustin May shows up and pitches his ass off, and Steven Matz is a key reliever, and maybe Toro gets hot. I don't know. Christian Campbell comes up and does the thing. But I think anyone acting like Craig Breslow sucks at his job is being unfair. I think anyone acting like he's hit everything is also not being accurate.
Yeah.
You're seeing the bumps. You know, I'll take the Richard Fitz, Greg Weissert trade for Alex Verdugo every fucking day of the week.
So to me, this is where I land on everything after the trade deadline is passed. I don't think there's anything wrong with Craig Breslow's decision making or his baseball opinions or anything like that. I just don't want him talking to other teams anymore. Like
send somebody else.
I almost want it's almost like the Red Sox need a baseball negotiator that's just not him. It's like, all right, I'm gonna give you the information. Here's my line of thinking. You go get done my vision. You know, like he can be the brains behind it. I don't want him to be the voice behind it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's not crazy. And I think that's where a lot of people hoped maybe he would hire a GM that had experience. That hasn't happened. A lot of people wanted Heim. You know, he had BOH, who clearly was not paying attention or so out of the fucking loop he couldn't tell him to get under the luxury tax. That's why his role has been adjusted. He's a senior, executive now. He's still working with all of them. We know that. But yeah, it feels like sometimes you need someone who can be kind of that mentor. And that's where the Theo stuff. Theo helped with Crochet. Theo helped with Bregman. Theo was in the room here. It felt like stuff slipped through the cracks here. And I'm not saying that's Theo's fault. Like at the end of the day, it falls on Craig Breslow. But those are the kind of moments where I thought Theo would be able to help you a bit more. And at least in this case, it didn't, but it did for Bregman and Crochet. Like even last year, like Breslow's got in depth that's made it so you could get through seasons at first base. He found Romy Gonzalez, who is now third in OPS against left-handers in all of the big leagues. He is one of the best lefty mashers in the league. He got you Dominic Smith last year to get through. This year, Abraham Toro signed over the offseason, gets you through. Like, those are things you acknowledge. And even last year's deadline, you can bitch about it in certain ways. I don't have a lot of issues with his deadline last year. I just think it didn't work. I truthfully don't look at it as a major failure. I think he bought to the level he should have for that team. You just weren't able to get what you needed to out of Sims and Garcia and Danny Jansen. But then you can say, and you want to talk bad baseball moves, the Quinn Priester trade. Like the Quinn Priester trade you look at this year and you say, and it's complicated because yes, you got the comp pick and that turns into Phillips and you hope he's going to turn into something good. But man, Quinn Priester, you couldn't unlock the guy you traded for and thought so much of. It's a tough blow when you're struggling for starter depth to some degree.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't knock the brain. I think it's his
more
ability.
Hits than misses. A lot more hits than misses.
Yeah, no doubt. That's why, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve the gig. It's just when it comes down to trade deadline day, I need the bulldog. I need the closer. I don't think that that's his MO. It's more so like there needs to be like a team behind it. It needs to be like, I'm the brains behind the operation and I need the muscle. Like when it comes time to negotiate with a free agent, when it comes time to negotiate a deal with another executive, it feels like that needs to be someone else. I didn't like this when Heim was here. Heim's very smart, very bright. But I didn't like the reputation the Red Sox had where it's like, yeah, don't want to call that team. I don't want to talk to that guy. I read the quote on the Baseball Hour on Friday, like that Spear put in there right when Bloom got fired. And it was framed very similarly to the Bob Nightingale thing about being hard to deal with. Now, to be fair, Chris Antonetti in Cleveland, who we all wanted to come here and lead the Red Sox front office, gets described in a similar way. Is it because Breslow overvalues prospects? It doesn't seem to be that, at least by the way he handled this negotiation. But what makes him so difficult? Is it just is he able to kind of pull the guard down? Is he kind of be able to, with 5 minutes before the deadline, be like, we're getting this fucking thing done here. What do we need to do? Me, you, let's push it over instead of maybe being Mr. Corporate in those spots and not realizing, where you got to put your dick on the table. You got to be real.
That's
just
it.
Be real.
Like,
hey,
turn it
what
down.
Will it take to get this done? Like, stop dicking me around.
Exactly.
Like, we laid the groundwork. Like, are you fucking me right now? Are you?
That's it.
Yeah. That's
like what Craig should have done was be like, Derek Felvey, it's 4 p.m. If we don't have this done by 4:30, we're done and we're walking away. That is what it is. What are you going to do about it? And you get to 4:30, and if they say, we're not doing it, then fuck you. You know that they played you or they were playing you Now you go make the move for Merrill Kelly. Then you go make the move for, call it Charlie Morton, whoever, or you figure something else out.
Yeah.
But you let them play you to the last minute, and then you got left without everything you needed. And right now, like, people see the sweep and they're like, see, you're a fucking idiot for bitching about the trade deadline. No, I'm not worried about the Astros series. I'm worried about when Garrett Crochet and Lucas Giolito are tiring and you need someone to start a playoff game and you have to face DeGrom and Evaldi and Merrill Kelly or the Mariners and their rotation. We know what they have. Like, those are the things that make me nervous. Even the Blue Jays, if they can get Gosman and Bieber pops back in, like, you're going to wish you had one more starter to kind of go at it. Hunter Brown and Framber Valdez, you took them in those series. It's a different level when you get to the playoffs, especially with guys who haven't been there before. It felt like this team, if you gave them the right ammunition, you could feel like they could go to war with anyone. Right now, I worry that they're going to run out of bullets at the end.
That's a pessimistic take.
No, I think that's
I'm a
fair.
deal with it as they come guy. And by the way, like, if your plan to avoid this guy's out of gas and it's the end of the season, your plan was to have 47-year-old Charlie Morton be the breather that you need,
I would take it over the alternative of Dustin May. Yes,
we would still be talking about it though. Like, if
it
Charlie
would be
Morton
the same
started
combo.
the season as a Red Sox pitcher, then we would have been like, how do you not get someone to back up Charlie Morton? He's 47 fucking years old. You didn't go out and get an arm for when he runs out of gas. It's the same thing.
Or would
We'll
we
just
talk
see.
about him the same way we talked about Giolito? Not to the same level, but where you had a really bad April, and then from May on, you were a good number 3, number 4 pitcher.
Also, Giolito, it's his first year after a major surgery as well.
That's it. Same for Whitlock. So, like, there's a lot of guys that are going to be carrying wear, and it seems like you know that by giving Crochet these breathers, finding someone else who could kind of carry that role felt very important, and they knew how important it was. That's why they were so disappointed. But to me, again, it's also even a value thing where you're trading more for a guy who's a worse player than someone else. And it's because you ran out of time and you didn't have another option.
Yeah.
Morton shouldn't go for an outside of top 30 guy and you pay for a 10 and 30.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah. Either way, it's not a deadline that I think we'll look back on fondly someday and be like, actually, it was great. I saw someone this would be a corporate Carabas take. I don't have this take. I think it's interesting to look at it this way though. By not doing anything really, it's buying because you didn't break up the band. You didn't trade Duran, you didn't trade Chapman. So it's like, oh, you bought because you kept the guys that are going to help you the rest of the way. I'm not going to sit here and say that because I don't think it was by design, like I don't think that was what they wanted to do. They tried to trade for people, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah. And I understand, like, at least reporting, it seems like Duran and Abreu weren't really what the Twins were looking for. I don't think you could have moved either one of those guys at this point, especially post Marcelo injury. The lineup has, the log jam has figured itself out, but they are over the luxury tax by 10 million. They're at 251. The second tax was 261. I know Cotillo reported saying that money was a factor. Getting a Merrill Kelly or a Naylor or Suarez was not going to get you pushed over that. And Joe Ryan wasn't either. But to me, if you are over the luxury tax this year and it falls apart, you're going to look back at this deadline. If they try to get under it next year or they use that as a reason not to go all in, then you have a lot of things that relate back to that 2022 deadline with Heim. And that's the part of me where I expected you to push a little bit more based on the way you've been talking, the things you highlighted, and things the team has shown they needed. Even the way the players were talking before the deadline felt like everybody was waiting for something bigger, and then you somehow didn't get what I think most people consider the bare minimum. If you added Merrill Kelly to this rotation, you're pumped.
No doubt.
Guy with a sub 3.4 ERA, 3 of the last 4 seasons, postseason dog. You would feel so good about them.
I came in there on Wednesday, sat down right next to Felger, and had to explain to him who Merrill Kelly was. And I said, I don't think Joe Ryan's getting traded because so that's the other thing too. Let's get into this. At the time, I didn't think Merrill Kelly, I didn't think that Joe Ryan was getting traded because we had Passan on the baseball hour the previous Wednesday, the 8 days before the trade deadline. He was like, Joe Ryan's not getting moved. So I had thrown it out of my head. I wasn't thinking Joe Ryan at all until the morning of the trade deadline when I talked to someone and I didn't tell I didn't tell you guys that were on the stream with me because I didn't want you to get your hopes up the way that my hopes were up. 85% chance the Red Sox walk away with Joe Ryan by the end of the day is what I was told. So I was like, oh, fuck. Kept it to myself. Didn't put it out there. Didn't want to set myself up for failure. Just kept it to myself. And then as the day went along, that's when I got the text about, one deal done, big one in the works. All right, what's the deal done? Dustin May. Okay. You guys like Dustin May? Yeah, all right. Big one in the works. Tell me it's Joe Ryan. It's Joe Ryan. Oh, fuck. Okay. So I didn't, up until that point, my mentality was it's a pipe dream. They're not even talking to the Twins. This is not a real thing. But then once I got that message, one deal done, big one in the works, it's Joe Ryan. I was like, well, earlier I heard 85%, and now they're talking. So now I am to put the puzzle pieces together that the Red Sox are for real about getting him. So then when that didn't happen, I was surprised as anyone, and people were getting on me for saying that Alex Spear was full of shit. So let me explain that one too. So this was like, I don't know, 5:30, 5:15, and I'm locked in on my phone, and someone said that Spear had said on Nesson, the Twins are not trading Joe Ryan. And I said, that's not true. I was like, he's full of shit. Like, that's not true.
You were trying to mock his journalism. That's not what it was, though.
No.
It was jokingly on stream. Like you were saying, I have something different, but you're not saying Spear's a shitty reporter. I have nothing
but respect for Alex Spear. Great guy. Love talking baseball with him. But in the heat of the moment, when I'm amped up to get Joe Ryan, and I'm talking to people that are telling me, we're going for it, then I'm going to say, that's not fucking true. They're trying to get him right now. And then people are saying, you owe him an apology because he was right. He had an educated guess that ended up being correct. It was not correct at the time. The fact that to imply that the Twins were telling the Red Sox we're not trading Joe Ryan was not true. They were talking. So at the time that he said it, no, I call bullshit on that. So
I think that's
could I have been nicer about it? Yes, but the central message is the same: is that at the time that he said the Twins are not trading Joe Ryan, the Red Sox were still talking to the Twins about Joe Ryan. So, what were you saying?
I think with Cotillo and McAdam, they were very hard on this on Fenway Rundown, where they said the Twin side told them it was not happening. People on the Red Sox side heard it; they thought it was happening. It's just somewhere in the middle. That's what the reality of this entire situation is, and that goes back to the main point of Craig Breslow getting the tunnel vision and kind of falling in love with getting one of these deals done and not handling business in other spots. And I think that's just the biggest takeaway to have. And once again, it's not saying, if you are upset with their trade deadline return, it's not because you think the team sucks or you don't think they can perform or do whatever. I think it's because a lot of people are seeing the American League and all these teams around you going through these major roller coasters and ups and downs, and you're climbing the standings. It feels like the American League is so wide open, and you want this Red Sox team to have a shot because it feels like they are really cooking with something magical right now. And you don't get that every year. It's been years since we felt something like that. And when you finally do feel it, you want to cling to it and give them their best shot. And the good thing as a Red Sox fan is they should be good for years to come. But that doesn't mean this year you should just half-ass it. There's a lot of things pointing towards you being able to be a serious team to go up against and a team nobody wants to go up against. Especially if you had gotten that last edge of help in a Merrill Kelly or a first base bat or whatever it was.
Yeah. Crazy they didn't address catcher at the very least. You got Danny Jansen last year when it would have been nice to have something like that this year. But anyways, so I think when you have dickheads like that fucking idiot on EEI saying oh, you have no sources, And it's like we couldn't have had more sources, like at least from like the Red
like
Sox
that,
side.
Dog.
Well, I don't even. I
know
it
even, bothers you, but as someone on the outside who sees it all and has been on every podcast through the offseason, who goes back and you detail by detail telling everyone what the Teoscar Hernandez negotiations were years ago. Like, I've seen you do this so many times. If you're saying you don't know what you're talking about or you don't have sources, you just don't pay attention to the content. Well, and it's not hyping you up, but it's just the truth.
So the fact is, I haven't said his name because it's not important. He's the face of a narrative that has existed far longer. It's not about who said it. It's the fact that there are still people, and it's fine when people on Twitter say it, like it doesn't matter, whatever. But when someone that has a platform, not his own, it's his employer's platform, by himself, he would have no platform. But his employer's platform uses that to be like, he has no sources and he's just a fan. It's like, I've been hearing this for years. The first story I broke was John Lackey getting traded at the deadline in 2014. I did not know
that. I saw someone tweet that at you the other day. I had no clue.
It's been over a decade, my guy. I've been running this shit for over a decade.
If you're in the space, you know. If you're not a baseball guy,
well, he's not a baseball guy,
and that's what it is.
So I'll share this. I saw like Lou Merloni went on his show. I can't remember when. This year, last year. I genuinely don't know what fucking show he's on. I thought he was like a Patriots I don't even know
what he is. He's a Patriots guy, and now you have to pretend to care about the Red Sox because they're good again.
Correct.
That's what it is.
So like Lou went on his show, and I just remember being like, this guy is pretending to either care or know about baseball. Like, I can sniff it out like that, whether you're a fake or not. Like, he was a phony. He was pretending to have Red Sox takes. So him saying whatever about me and like what we do, it doesn't mean anything. It's annoying that he has someone else's platform to spout shit off like that, because I've seen firsthand, like other people say things and then an audience just believes it, you know? It's like, oh, he's the guy that doesn't have any sources. So like now if someone heard that, they're like, oh, he's the, like if he says something, I shouldn't trust it. Like they're not people that are ever going to give us a chance now to be credible. That's why it's annoying. It's not because of him. I genuinely did not know who the fuck he was. But yeah, it's been an uphill battle. And it used to be, if you remember, that station used to be on the other side of this. In what year is that? 17? Yeah. In 2017, that's when I had in my blog the note about like there was like a little argument or a tiff between the Red Sox coaches and John Farrell over Craig Kimbrell's usage. And then was it Arcand or was it someone over there confronted John Farrell about it, and then it became this big thing, and then Dave Dombrowski had to come out and say, oh, well, Barstool's not credible. I don't know. It's not very credible. And then that's when Portnoy came at Dombrowski and he was like, if my guy Carabas says it, then it's true. It was a whole thing. And EEI had my back at the time. They were citing my shit. And now this fucking nobody, he's on the other side of the yard. He's like, oh, well, it's not credible. It's not blah, 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 blah. So pick a side. I don't know.
Jared.
I mean, but this has been a thing that I've had to fucking, experience and deal with for 10 years, over 10 years. Yeah.
I got to run here, but my last point on this.
Mm-hmm.
The guy he has as an insider, as a baseball expert on his show, Lou Merloni, is in a group chat with you, with a bunch of us,
yeah.
with Will Flemming, the Red Sox play-by-play announcer, where we discuss the rumors and what's going on and the talk going on in baseball. So the guy he fucking thinks so much of to have him on as his expert is in the group chat where we're all going over the same rumors and sharing information and going over stuff. Does that not tell you everything? So he's going to sit here and tell you you're not credible when the guy he looks at as the baseball expert is talking with you on what you're hearing and what you're getting, and we're all going back and forth. So that shows you're not a baseball guy. You don't understand the people who are talking, where the conversations go. And listen, I'm not breaking a story. I've never been that fucking guy. But as someone who gets to be on the side and interact in the combos and hear it, it's a fucking blast. And the truth is in there. And if he wants to go at your credibility, ask those people around you that are in the group chat, because they'll back you a million times over. And they've credited you in different spots for the same thing. Just people who aren't baseball guys talking out of their ass, not knowing what they're talking about.
Not
That's
only
what it is.
it's that, and it's professional jealousy. It's I went to journalism school, I did it the right way, and this guy didn't do it the right way, but he's pretending to have sources. I have real sources. You should care about me more than you care about him. He's also just apparently he's a huge pussy, because I mean he apparently had, I didn't listen to the segment. I just had people tweet it at me. Apparently he had a lot to say, and he was saying it with his chest, but when I confronted him about it, man, did he cower like a little bitch. And apparently I know that they do their show at Fenway, because his co-host, Ted Johnson, I ran into him about a week ago at Fenway. Nicest guy. Shook his hand. He said he was a big fan of what we do. He said he loved the show and to keep up the great work. That's what he said. His co-host said that to me. So Andy, I know that you're at Fenway a lot. I'll see you soon, pal. I mean, I'll be around. I'm always around. So we can have a chat, or maybe we won't. Maybe you'll hide. I don't know, but I'm not too hard to find. T, you enjoy your night. Me and Jake are going to take this thing out with the Stop and Shop look ahead.
All right, you guys are the goats. Bye.
See you, T.
See you, T.
You enjoy the rest of your weekend, pal. I got SummerSlam on the laptop here. I would love to be able to at least get out of here for the main event. That'd be great. And then we can do some... we have so many fucking ad reads to do.
Yeah, let's hit them all at the end.
Yeah, all right. We'll do that. All right, we'll Stop and Shop.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move! Incoming! Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Stop and Shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop and look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop and look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
What's better than having to Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
Stop and Shop Look Ahead is brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. Use promo code SECTION10, and you can get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop. No one else is going to do their series predictions, and we didn't get the weather. I'm sorry to rob the audience of this, but they are going to get close to a 3-hour podcast. You know, attendance be damned, Jake. We're going to get him to the finish line. We're going to get him there. It's Brian Bayo versus Bailey Falter. This is going to be the game that we're at. You're coming tomorrow, yes?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there. Eric Hosmer. Brian Bayo versus Bailey Falter. Garrett Crochet versus Ryan Burgert. Fuck. Is it Burgert?
I don't think it matters what it is at this point.
Jake's face when I said burger was just like, oh, fuck. Is it Burgert or Burgert?
It's got to be Burgert.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not making fun of it. I just Jake's face was like, fuck, we might not win that one. But it's a crochet day, Jake. It's crochet day.
Okay, that might get us off the hook.
Yeah. And then Dustin May versus Michael Wacha. Yeah, Brian Bayo, 7-5, a 3.19 ERA, a 128 WHIP, and a 6.8 strikeouts per nine. Bayo had a great July, 2.79 ERA. He's become a little bit more efficient with his pitches. Still does an awesome job of inducing ground balls. The Red Sox are 10-9 when he starts, 4-2 in July. Bailey Falter, 7-5, 3.73 ERA, 118 WHIP, and a 5.6 strikeouts per nine. He's a lefty, making his first start for the Royals. He came in from the Pirates at the deadline, coming off 2 excellent starts, 12 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts. 4-seam is his main weapon, 90th percentile of run value. Pirates were 12-10 when he started, but I mean, it's the Pirates, so those numbers are irrelevant. Garrett Crochet, 12-4, 2.23 ERA, 109 WHIP, and an 11.1 strikeouts per nine. He's yet to allow 3 earned runs in a start this year. Dominated the Royals, 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned, 9 Ks, got the dub, 18 whiffs in that game, 3rd best of the season. Coming off his 5th double-digit strikeout game of the season. Red Sox are 15-7 when he starts and are 9-1 since June 1st. Ryan Bergert. Oh, fuck. He's kind of good, Jake. He's 1-0 with a 2.78 ERA, a 1.18 WHIP, and an 8.6 strikeouts per nine. He's another new guy. Spent the season with San Diego before coming over. He's a rookie. He's only thrown 35 2/3 innings this year. Started the season in the bullpen. He's been solid since he joined the rotation. 7 starts, 3.13 ERA, 443 FIP. Loves walking guys, though. He's a righty, mostly 4-seam slider guy. Padres were 6-1 when he started. Dustin May, 6-7, a 4.85 ERA, 135 WHIP, and an 8.4 strikeouts per nine. Red Sox have a new guy. I think they're going to try and fix his fastball. It went from his most effective weapon to a huge liability. Lost 2 miles an hour since 2023. His sweeper is solid, 217 average, 9 starts this year with 3+ walks and only 7 starts with 6 strikeouts. Dodgers were 10-9 when he started. Michael Wacha, 5-9, a 3.38 ERA, 116 WHIP, and a 6.8 strikeouts per nine. We all remember Michael Wacha, former Red Sox, former Cardinal. He's been on a roll his last 4 starts, 24 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 4 earned, 1 home run, 5 walks, 16 Ks, 1.48 ERA. His changeup has been unbelievable this year. He uses it about a quarter of the time, 146 batting average against, 188 slug. Royals are 10-12 when he starts this year, but he has won the last 2. Brian Bayo versus Bailey Falter. Garrett Crochet versus Ryan Bergert. Dustin May versus Michael Wacha is the series prediction time. It's just me and you, Jake. What you got in this series?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it all day. You come to Fenway Park, you get swept, despite whatever that guy's name is in game 2. I think we overcome that. And yeah, Red Sox sweep.
Okay. It's a sweep for Jake. I'm going to go. I don't think the Red Sox win a game in this series. I think they actually get swept by the Royals in this one. Yeah, I especially with Eric Hosmer in the house, all the pressure. So yeah, I think they get swept, Jake.
It's a great call.
If you want to go to these games, well, you download the Game Time app. It's pretty obvious. That that's the app that you want to download. Game Time makes getting tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer that it gets the first pitch. They have killer last-minute deals, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee. Shout out to Game Time. We got a lot of people coming to the game on Monday, and they were able to find a nice little nook in Fenway Park for all of us to be able to enjoy the game together. Save up to 60% off buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. Save even more when you choose a section and you let Game Time choose the seats for you. Know your total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right. Jake's takes.
Are you sure you don't want to do like 3 more hours? I just don't know what the fuck I'm going to do tonight with all this time.
I mean, you could pick up SummerSlam. You could I don't know. There's probably a couple hours left in this one.
Yeah, let me get the pot out for the people and then I'll hop on some Slam.
Okay, hop on some Slam. I don't have a final thought. I feel like I got all my thoughts out. My only thought is I hope that I think if I could have it back, I think we should have done Section 10 the night of the trade deadline, because I feel like there was a lot of juice there. People were really into it and they wanted to hear more about it. And then after the Astros sweep, it's like, fuck it. Like, that vibes are high. Let's keep it rolling. So if I could have it back, I think I would have put out a trade deadline reaction pod on Thursday night. We were supposed to do Baseball is Dead. It got pushed to Friday. So then, I mean, yeah, it feels like a missed opportunity. I'm not always right. I feel like we should have put one out, but yeah, I just hope that we did the conversation justice, given that it was a few days after. But yeah, I want to do more live streams too. I really like that idea of being able to get that wheel to make Tyler do stuff, or we can all do stuff. Doesn't always have to be Tyler, but yeah, making and then also the I don't know if I should save it for a surprise, but there was an idea where I wanted to implement it into the room to make it more visually appealing. So we'll see if
I know what you're talking about. I think people are going to like it.
Yeah. So we'll see. But again, thank you guys for listening, for watching. We appreciate all the support. I think the announcement for Section 10 night should be coming real soon, and the merch and the cruise. I think we're just going to hit everyone with a bunch of cool shit really soon. So buckle up for that, and we'll see you Wednesday night, Thursday morning for the people. Boom. Done. All right. Buenas noches, amigos.